from the love of liberty in the fires of hope and prayer. With boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare. Side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land. We pledge our lives to thee. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Heavenly Father, we come before you at the start of this new day, giving thanks for life, for health, and the opportunity to serve through this station. We ask for your divine presence to guide us in all we do. Bless this broadcast, that it may be a source of inspiration, joy, and unity to all who tune in. Whether near or far, may our words uplift, our music heal, and our message bring light to those who need it most. We pray for our listeners wherever they may be. Grant them strength for the day ahead, peace in their hearts, and success in all they put their hands to. Cover those traveling with your protection and those at home with your comfort and provision. Lord, may everything we do bring honor to you and be a blessing to others. Guide our steps, bless our efforts, and let this station be a vessel of positivity and hope. In your name we pray. Amen.
Your voice, your soundtrack, your station. New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Wind up on girl, I wanna
no time. I jamming and girl from my side. I jumping up cause I in my prime. I just see a fence I want to climb. I wanna be on my worst behavior. Whoa. Look, them girl right there whining, see me, you know. Yeah, why not? I wanna be somewhere where the music is. I wanna be somewhere where the vibes it live. Inside of it, I go get down. Behind them girl when they push back. I and everybody hope you know that. No care, cause I wanna party. I wanna be somewhere where the music is. I wanna be somewhere where the vibes it live. Inside of it, I go get down. Behind them.
All right, okay. Good morning to you, everybody, and of course, welcome to it. Good to have you here. And if you're wondering where here is, well, it is New Era TT Radio. Yes, it's one of those mornings where the things they start to get one sort of problems, but you know what? It's a fact of life. So we are here with you. Good morning, Trinidad. Good morning to Tobago, neighbors in the Caribbean. Good morning, our friends who are streaming all around the globe. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you so much for being with us here on New Era TT Radio, the heartbeat of the Caribbean. And yes, this is where we take you above and beyond. People, I'm your research house. Happy as am I always to be in this space with you. And TNT, good morning, neighbors in the Caribbean. And of course, all our friends all over the globe this morning. Thank you very much for showing up. All right, we welcome everybody to your Get Up and Go. This is The Breakfast Show.
Get up, get up. It's the time to start the day. The breakfast show is here. We bring in the soca way.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The breakfast show got the vibes turned on. From Maracas Bay to the Savannah line. Let's start the day in Caribbean prime. Good vibes rolling through the air. The breakfast show energy everywhere. We talk, we laugh, we make you think. Grab your double or your morning drink.
It's a Friday, baby.
Stuck on you.
Hoppa!
I got this feeling down deep in my soul that I just can't lose.
Doesn't know.
Guess I'm on my way.
DJ Cassidy on the remix, baby.
Needed a friend.
Hey!
And the way I feel now, I guess I'll be with you till the end.
South Africa to the world.
Guess I'm on my way.
Shake with your mama gave ya.
Mighty glad to stay.
Hey! Your weekend starts right here, baby.
Okay, so your weekend starts right here and right now on Net Radio. So good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hoping that all is well with you this morning. Thank you very much for being with us. It's a Friday. You can feel the energy of a Friday and be happy that, yes, we can bring that energy to you. This is The Breakfast Show. I'm your Sir Charles. And of course, to my co-host, Richard, who will join us sometime during this morning. And of course, Wendell. Good morning, sir. Check your microphone.
Yeah. Sometimes it automatically unmute and sometimes just stays muted, right?
Yeah, it does, It does.
Again,
But sometimes you have to
again,
remember to keep it mute sometimes, yes.
Yeah. I'm getting an echo.
Oh, yes, that is my fault.
right.
Hold on. That is when the thing go on haywire morning. So I forgot to switch it back. Yeah.
But good
This is something-
morning, Sir Charles. Good morning, Richard. Morning, Trinidad and Tobago. And good morning, listeners and viewers all over the globe. It's an absolutely beautiful Friday morning in Trinidad and Tobago, as I'm sure it is in other parts of the globe, but maybe not so much Caracas, because they're still searching and recovering bodies in Caracas, and it's expected, the death toll is expected to go into the thousands. I think 200 dead bodies have been recovered thus far, but it's expected to go, so we'll continue to monitor things out there in Caracas and bring information as we get it. Let me just say happy birthday to a lot of people celebrating birthdays today, including the city of Port of Spain, 112 years old today.
Hey.
Yeah, there's 112 years of the restoration of civic rights into the city of Port of Spain. Former councillors June Durham and Helen Morin, who was a deputy mayor, they are also celebrating birthdays today. Juma Leslie, who also works at the Port of Spain Corporation, he's one of the building inspectors. Wendell Etienne, who worked with us for quite a while, he is celebrating his birthday today. Jacqueline John Richard Timal, Gregory Garcia, they are all celebrating birthdays today. And of course, my nephew Dane Stephen is also celebrating his birthday today. All right, so happy birthday to you all, and hope you have an absolutely fantastic day and weekend. All right, today is Friday, June 26th.
Yeah, of course, all of those happy birthday, happy anniversary, happy everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Today, of course, is
26 or the 26, eh? Watch it, 26 are running.
The what? Sorry?
The 26th in the year 2026.
Yes, true. That has to be something significant, I guess.
So all you play with people and pick two people, and
Yeah, somebody might be actually celebrating 26 years old today.
I went down.
None of them people who I call. 10 and 26.
They've gone past that long time.
Yeah, they've gone past that a while now. They've gone past that, including the city, 112. But we're happy to be in the land of the living, of course. Condolences to those who would have lost loved ones. There was a death that came to me. Anyway, these days it's funeral after funeral after funeral. I don't like going funerals at all,
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? Sometimes I have no choice.
Yeah.
People ask me these kind of questions. Sankofa, what do you mean by do we have health inspectors? Of course there are health inspectors all over. I try not for what's the nature of your question, context of your question. Do we have health inspectors? We do in the city, yes. In particular, we have a health inspector, retired health inspectors, be messaging and calling us every day. He speaks very highly of his experiences, and he was one of those officers who worked very hard as a health inspector.
Yes. Clearly, he loved what he did.
Yeah. So I'm not understanding the context of the question. Anyway, good morning, people. Sir Charles, you probably need to get good news out of the way early.
So but thing to talk about.
Well, it always have things to talk about. But folks, just remember today's Hussein in St. James. As I reminded you all, it's the daytime Hussein, so that means it's coming out just be around 10, 11 this morning. And then it'll go up to QRC there, of course, and then they will come back down around 4 in the afternoon. So the western main road is going to be blocked off whole day, right? By about 8, 9, they're going to come and put the barriers, and it's going to block off the western main road for the entire day. Just bear that in mind. So if you're coming through St. James, if you're heading west, it means you have to come through up in the back by the mall, or you have to go down in the back by Mukurapa Road.
Oh, okay.
And come around. You won't have access to Western Main Road most of the day today. All right? Just bear that in mind.
All right. And that's because of the hard-working police officers.
Very hard-working. They put a barrier across the road, and then they remove it 12 hours later.
Yeah.
Very hard.
Very, very hard-working officers. Good morning to all the hard-working officers in St. James. All right, so let's do our good news for this morning. Things started to circulate. Whenever Trinidad and Tobagonian is featured on the world stage, we just get excited. Your good news is about that.
With the 60th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Malik Lewis from San Fernando, Trinidad and Tobago, and the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix of the NBL. Good night, everyone.
Thank you, Mark. Malik Lewis, born in Trinidad and Tobago. Let's go to our international expert, Bren Priscilla.
Nice 3-and-D guy from Trinidad and Tobago to Spain to Australia. He played for an up-and-coming Southeast Melbourne team. Remember what I said last night about Kareem Lopez? In this league, no autopsy, no foul. Physical league, well coached by an American, Josh King. Congratulations, Malik. You're getting better. He did clear some medical issues with the NBA. Everything looks good. 3-and-D at 6'8".
Yeah, he declared for the 2025 draft before withdrawing. He decided to return to Australia, and now he is the final pick in this 2026 NBA draft.
Yeah.
Well done, Malik Lewis. You know, somehow the other the video didn't feature him enough, and
No.
was showing us so many other things except him.
Yeah.
You know. But well done, Malik Lewis, originally from San Fernando.
Thanks for putting us on the map in a positive way, you know. I mean, I don't know anything of him. I never heard of Malik.
I never heard of him either.
Yeah. But that is all right. We're just happy that he's
Yeah, well done, Malik. I hope his family is listening. Originally from San Fernando. You know, you meet when you travel abroad, at least this has been my experience, it may not be everybody else. You know, whenever you meet Trinidadians out there in far-flung places, most of them come from South, you know. Yeah, most of them say, well, at least as I say, that's my experience.
Right.
Say that they're from San Fernando or deep south or somewhere, you know. I said that's strange. Only one woman I met the other day, when I was checking in, I was checking in somewhere recently. And as I approached the counter, the woman who was attending to me called out to another woman, "Hey, look, your people here." So she came across. She said, "You from Trinidad?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Well, I'm from Trinidad too." I said, "What part of Trinidad you from?" She said, "St. James." I said, "Nah, you can't be from St. James." Then she said, "Well, she's actually from Cocorit, and she's one of the Simmons, a relative of the Simmons. There's a huge family in Cocorit. Okay. Simmons, half of Cocorit is Simmons, all man of Simmons." And she said, yes, she's from Cocorit. And I was a bit surprised, you know. I finally meet somebody, and that was not the night. I can't remember. But she just fit it. She had the Trini accent. She said she out there 30-something years. You know where it was? In North Carolina. 30-something years. Anyway.
Well, to all the Trinis all around the globe, you know, a big respect to you guys, and thanks for just continue to put us on the map in a positive way. I don't like it when they put us on the map in negative ways, you know, but we can deal with the positives. Yeah, but especially our sports people, you know, we sometimes we only get to know them when they reach outside there, you know. Probably that's when we start to pay attention to them, when they do great things on the world stage. While they're growing right here, people already pay attention to them. Most of the time, just the families. Well, Wendell, you should know that.
Well, of course, I know that.
when they're going through all their growing pains, it's just you and your family by all these sporting events and stuff, you know. But I guess it is
sometimes that break comes from someone outside who looking on and say, "Aha, I see that talent there.
In something here.
Let me take it." Yeah. Yep, that happens.
Yeah.
You know. But let me thank also to Councillor Imran Khan. He's the councillor for St. James West, who would have nominated my grandson to receive an award, a City Day award today. He's not in the country naturally. So his mom will go and receive that award. So Councillor Imran Khan, thank you very much for recognizing his talent and rewarding him today via a City Day award. Thank you very much. All right? And I'm wearing his t-shirt today. I'm wearing Imran Khan t-shirt today.
Okay.
For the it marks St. James Jamat, Imran Khan, and my name on the back of the jersey. A special jersey that he gave to me last year. So morning, Imran, and thank you again very much. Ron DeSantis Jr. came in first. What? Ron, what's going on with you? You didn't sleep? 12:19. Hope all is well, whatever part of the United States you're in. Valerie Mendoza at 12:26 says good morning. Pamela O'Connor, Odell Guy from Sangre Grande, Kenny in Harlem. Robert Allen says the weekend has begun.
Yes,
Eunice
it has.
Dublin. Sorry?
I say yes, it has.
Yeah. Eunice Dublin, Apollina says good morning, guys. Margaret Thomas, Ava Smith says thank God for life. Have a fantastic Friday. Deborah Noel Surrett, good morning, Wendell, Richard, and Sir Charles, and all listeners and viewers. Sis Super said this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Michael Eastman says good morning, all. Trinman, Boy Bidesi from Debe, Marlon Motley from North Valsane, Michael Cadet, Manuela Peters, Diane Payne, Bernadette and Alicia Yates. What? West Indies player? And there was test cricket yesterday in Antigua.
I am not.
Yeah, I think West Indies bowled out Sri Lanka for 308. They said the caption is West Indies slip up. I didn't watch a ball of cricket. I didn't have time yesterday. But well done, West Indies. Hopefully you could make that score and move on. Carol Guevara, morning. Empress Rez Lal, morning. Y'all too much earthquakes and killings. Be safe out there. Kurt Hope in Nashville, Tennessee. Carla Hercules, TNT, walking and listening. I guess she's exercising. Ingrid from Tucson, Arizona. Joyce Phillip. Subash from Woodland. Gavin Frank from Powder Magazine. Ozzy Molino. Folks singing here. CPT Singh, who always says morning, folks. Is that a misspell or is that another way of saying morning, CPT? You always put MAWING, morning, folks. Beefy Smith says good morning to the breakfast crew. Merle McComey has have a wonderful weekend. Sankofa, we pray for Venezuela and other nations in crisis. Arlene Lewis says good morning. CPT, what? When you go in and hold a candlelight vigil? Why do I need to hold a candlelight vigil? CPT?
For what, boy?
I don't know. Elizabeth says good morning. Weekend starts with the breakfast show. Prabha Ramdale, morning. All have an awesome weekend. Richard, I will be going to your play for the second time on Sunday. Yes, it was so good. Morning, Miss Ramdale. I addressed that issue of Sankofa before. Julia Samantha says good morning. Michael Robinson, good evening out there in Yokohama, Japan. How are you all faring with those earthquakes? You all get it. Marlene Saunders Sobers, Empress Rez, so proud of you. Debbie Modest says good morning. Trinidad Margot. Alistair Hart says Trini like salt. We had everything. Salt is love. Crystal says grand rising, folks. I wish he had stayed with the Wizards. He would have gotten a much better reception than he would at the box. Okay.
That's Malik you're talking about?
I guess so. Diane says, so proud of him. Just remember the roads that took you there. Keep the flag of TNT flying. Shirma Paul, good morning. Claire Lendor Rollins, happy Friday. Okay. Wendell, CPT, you're a funny person. What about Trinis who never even went to Tobago? Give us a shout out. Is it that you're one? Dean Allen says, hi everyone in South Africa, Lyman in a club. The owner called me. The back, he was from Mova. Called me, I guess.
Oh, he was Lyman in South Africa.
Yeah. Then at another bar in the city, the bar made a call. Trini showed up later. Yeah, you're right. Trinidadians everywhere. Maria Sally, good morning. Carlisle Cupid, Alison Haynes, that's a new name. David McCarthy says top of the day to the fabulous, to the three champs. Kathy Ann Charles says good morning. Special morning to Arlene and Stephen.
Hi, Arlene.
Melchizedek says good morning, and Nadia Stevens also says good morning and happy birthday to her eldest nephew, Dean. All right. CPT Singh said, Wendell, I live all my life in St. Helena watching plane land and take off, afraid to go in a plane.
Imagine that.
Oh, Lord. And Robert Taylor comes in with a good morning. So those are all the greetings on the chat, Sir Charles.
Okay, yeah, we had quite a bit there this morning. So let me say good morning to Kent in Laventil. Good day to you, Kent. Antoinette out there in Arima. Thanks for logging on. Who we have again? We have Frank out there in Aruka, came in very early. Colin and Kelly coming out of Caranage. Good day to you guys. Rena Boodle Jennings, good morning to you, my darling. Also to Judith in Tobago. Judith, how are things in Tobago these days? Zena in Arima and the Powder Puff Ladies. Brenda in Penal. Also to Archbishop Ashton Clark in Canada. Miss St. Augustine, good day to you. Mr. Billy in Powder Magazine People. Sandra Serret out there in Brazil Village, good day to you. And the folks out there in Brazil Village. Captain Ron is also coming in. He's out there in Orlando. Yeah, and Okay, also good morning to Spencer, who is out there in Antigua. Okay, nice to have you locked on this morning.
That's where the cricket is playing, eh? I think that's where West Indies playing the test match right now.
In Antigua.
Antigua fixed the pitch. I hope they fix it. Well, they must have fixed it because Sri Lanka made 308.
His West Indies to fix the batting.
Yeah. Let's hope because they ended the day on, I'll tell you something. They only faced one over without loss and without scoring a run. So it's 0-0 in the first over. Not chasing, but Sri Lanka would have made 308 in their first innings. As I see that Tony Fraser tagged me in something that I didn't read yet. I'm sure it's about cricket.
Most likely.
Morning, Tony.
Just before we get to break, for all you football fans, yesterday was another fantastic day of football. The thing heating up nice as people are trying to qualify for that group of 32 spots. And Ivory Coast defeated Curacao yesterday 2-0. Yeah, Ecuador.
And Germany get as if I hear that some I didn't watch a ball kick yesterday.
This is one of the biggest upsets of the tournament when Ecuador beat Germany yesterday 2-1.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Times are changing.
yeah. But I think both of them, there was only two qualifiers coming out of the group anyhow.
Yeah, they had already qualified. Well,
yeah.
Not Ecuador. Germany had already qualified.
Germany had already qualified. So Ecuador just pulled level, and so they are the two going forward. Japan 1-1 with Sweden. Yeah. So the Japanese are having a good run. I wonder if Manish back in the team.
Yeah, man. Of course, Manish back in the team. He can't drink, but he back in there.
And another major upset, Ron DeSantis will not be too happy with this one. Turkey beat the United States 3-2.
Oh, Jesus, and you're joking. The US get licks?
Yes. So
Turkey?
Yes, Turkey
beat them. I think all they like to cook every November. All they just slaughter them. Look at they come back and bust all their tail now, Ron DeSantis. Eh?
Oh, yeah.
Turkey just have to go and hide. You come November month with all you. They bust all your tail. It's good.
Yeah, well, I know that people ain't care, They just once United States lost, that's all.
I am one of those.
I don't know what it is something about it. It may not be the United Trace in a strop.
Of course it's Trump. I love United States.
It's not the United States. It's Trump. They are against some of them.
Look at he show up that game yet they say, like he frightened to go in them stadium. He show up to one game yet.
Security gate risk up there.
Look at, but since when they calling Turkey Turkey? I didn't understand that change in the name. Richard, explain that first. Good morning. Why is Turkey being called Turkey?
That must be Turkish way of saying it.
Turkish pronunciation.
Just so all of a sudden this name Turkey come up.
Well, I think people in Turkey, that is whatever the language is, that's how they pronounce it.
Who won that match, by the way?
Turkey!
Turkey won the game.
Oh, they beat the US?
Yeah.
They bust the tail. That is for cooking. That is for cooking them every November month. For slaughtering them every November. That is what that's for.
What was the score eventually?
3-2.
3-2, I'm seeing. Nobody sent me that information yesterday, boy.
No.
But the Americans had scored pretty early, didn't they? They had scored those 2 goals.
I didn't follow football at all yesterday.
Yeah. But the United States had already qualified, so they must ease up Turkey.
Ease up? It had nothing like ease up in this football, It had nothing like ease up, no?
Yeah. But 3-2 ain't bad, That's, that ain't bad. They must just, course it through at that point in time. Yeah. All right. So you have some games coming up today. Look out for Norway going up against France, which is two big strikers there, Yeah. Going up against each other. So look out for that game today. Whereas we have Senegal going up against Iraq. And we have Cape Verde going up against Saudi Arabia. We like for that game.
Cape Verde.
All right. And then Uruguay going up against Spain.
I think it's Cape Verde, isn't it? Is it Verde?
Cabo Verde or Cape Verde?
I think it's
so you say Cabo Verde, but you say Cape Verde.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's Cape Verde.
Egypt is also playing Iran today.
I'm back in Egypt.
And then we have New Zealand going up against Belgium. And that is it for today's matches.
Yeah. Oh, you know what it says? Tony Fraser asking me if it went, because I said because Scotland don't have any black players that they will get licks from Brazil. I made it very clear early o'clock that I'm backing all and any of the teams from Africa and all and any of the teams with African players in it. Right? I made that very clear from early. I don't back Argentina at all, and I don't back the United States at all. And the United States have several black players, but I'm just not backing them.
Yeah, you got trust.
I explained that before too, in terms of since the 86-89 campaign, why I don't back the United States. I explained all that. But I made it very clear. I'm backing all the teams from Africa. Egypt, Cabo Verde, Tunisia, Algeria, all the teams from Africa I support. I made that very clear. Don't ask me again. Ivory Coast, or whoever, DR Congo are backing all of them.
Okay, nice. Right. But just before we go to the break, Richard, good morning to the people.
Good morning to all of the people in the stream and watching us on Dial TV, wherever you're watching us from. Good morning to you in whatever time zone. Yeah, and it's Friday, so put a smile on your face. The weekend has begun, people.
Excellent. All right, so we're going for that break. When we come back, we'll see what's trending in the newspapers today.
All aboard! Calling all you Net Radio listeners and fans. It's time to pack your cooler, gather your crews. Join us on Net Radio. Halloween Cooler Crew in red, white, and black. On board the luxurious Island Royalty, Saturday, 15th of August, boarding at 7 p.m. from Hardcuts, Shagaramas. We sail at 8 p.m. sharp. Enjoy great music all night long from your favorite net DJs. such as CJ, Mr. Flavor, Doc International, RJ, and Fluffman.
Tell you you's a big dancer. Come show
Early
them who's a
bird
big
tickets
dancer.
are just $200 after $250. Get your tickets now at Crosby in St. James, Rumba, St. James, Bobby's Bar in Kure, Bats International in Arima, K Square Fashions at C3 Center, West Mall and Eastgate Mall, and all net DJs. No glass bottles allowed. Bring your coolers, bring your crews, and let's celebrate together. Net Radio, Halloween, Hula Cruise. Saturday, August the 15th, aboard the Island Royalty. For information, call 638-2609 or 497-7173. Halloween, on the scene.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Scandal in Citrus is back in Port of Spain, and yep, we're finally at Queen's Hall for 2 nights only on Saturday the 27th of June at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday the 28th at 6:30 p.m. Tickets available at the usual outlets and online. Or you can now buy tickets on our website, rsrrproductions.com. We think you'll like it. And at the Queen's Hall box office, 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily. Scandal in Citrus. We're at Queen's Hall.
Scandal in Citrus.
What do we all want for Trinidad and Tobago? Safer communities, greater opportunities, and a better future. Join Denise Deming every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio for Common Ground TNT. Each week, respected guests tackle the issues affecting our nation, from crime and education to healthcare, the economy, and good governance. Common Ground TNT, finding solutions through conversation. Tuesdays at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio, Net Radio.
Trinidad and Tobago, get ready! Galen of the Ultimate DJ Shane invite you to the Ride of the Year, Reggae Ride 26.
I met a girl this morning. She was love at first sight.
On Saturday, June 27th, on board the Harbour Master, represent your colors with a touch of gold, green, red, and white, featuring DJ Damien, Ever Slick, DJ Junior, Galen, and the Ultimate DJ Shane. Boarding 11 p.m. and sailing at 12 midnight sharp. Tickets are only $250 and are available at all Agard's Nuts House locations, City Furniture stores nationwide, and online at islandetickets.com. Call or WhatsApp 333-7601 for more information and tickets. Walk with your coolers. No oversized coolers and no glass bottles allowed. The Reggae Ride 26 is proudly sponsored by Agard's Nuts House, City Furniture, Tocopia Hotel and Lounge, Cricket Lab Academy, Cafe Barista, Endura Malt, NFM, Rios Wax and Parlor, and Langston Roach Industries. One boat, one vibe, one love. The Reggae Ride 26.
So Charles.
What up?
So Charles.
Yeah.
The boat ride advertisement. Who chose those images? Corey. The chicken in the white pants with the cooler. Who chose that?
Oh.
Corey chose that. Corey chose that image. That's Corey's friend.
Probably. What happened?
No, it just has Corey's stamp all over it.
Oh, it looked like a product of Corey.
Let's see Richard turning up the eyes.
Anyhow, let me just say that again.
Remember when Corey got all of us to wear white? Those were those pictures Richard posted yesterday.
Yeah.
So I know you like white. I know you like that color white now.
Yeah. You recognize the flavor?
Yeah. I see the pattern.
Okay. Good morning, Pascal, wherever he may be. I thought he was in the country, you know. I passed on the road looking for him yesterday. I saw that he at work. I don't know.
Is he ever in Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, boy, sometimes.
Anyway.
And your Pascal, have a good day.
Morning, Corey. Good morning, Gaylan. Good morning, Shane. Gaylan and Shane, of course, Reggae Ride is tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So you could go Scandal and Cedros and then head down straight to the pier. Right? On board the boat.
And it's not far. It's right around the corner, actually.
Literally, it is. Businesswoman in custody. That's the main headline in today's Express. 69-year-old third person detained as cops continue Hadid probe. And Richard, I'm telling you, when I read these articles, I have never seen the police take so much care in telling you. The release also noted that people being taken into custody for the purpose of assisting with inquiries was a standard investigative procedure and did not constitute a finding of wrongdoing or adverse influence. I've never read so much care taken into how they are treating with this particular detention.
Somebody discovered ChatGPT could write those kinds of articles and write those kind of releases, and they're making use of it, and nothing is wrong with that. That's what AI is for. But
listen to this other paragraph. The TTPS emphasized that the execution of a warrant is a standard investigative procedure and does not constitute a finding of wrongdoing. All actions taken by officers were conducted strictly within the parameters of the law, under judicial authority, and with full regard for the rights and reputational interests of all persons involved. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, that's. Are you seeing any? But from what we know, what the communication department usually gives out, and what they're giving out now, because this is not the first one. There are a couple of things coming out now. It's obvious that they're using the assistance of AI, and which is fine. I mean,
no, I have no problem with it either.
Yeah, which is fine. I have no issue with that. It makes your job easier, and the language is much more professional in terms of how it would be stated. So yeah.
But somehow or the other, they discover it at the right time. Curious, right? That they discovered it just when they hold a certain.
Remember there was a press release concerning the arrest of Alicia Phillip in the Labor Day march, and they gave a press release of why this arrest took place.
Okay.
And we were saying, and I remember I said I didn't know that they could do press releases beyond 500 words.
Well, that one was a very long one concerning the parameters of the law.
And I'm saying that, to me, that was when I first noticed, not this one.
All right. Kudos to them. Alleged $20 million check fraud. Company director gets $6 million bail. And there's a picture of her, actually.
You remember we were talking about that, right?
Yes.
So, apparently,
what you just read there?
Woman granted $6 million bail in $20 million check fraud scheme. You remember we read that story the other day?
Yeah.
And we were wondering how the central bank was able to clear that check and allow the person to encash it. Well, the picture of the accused is here, money laundering accused Jackie Watson. There's a picture of her actually in the newspapers today. So she appeared before Master Valine Guerra Abraham on Monday, where she was granted bail. All right.
But so, the thing about it is that she was, I think, the one who was cashing the check. But who prepared that check?
It was a ministry check, not so?
Wait, I think so, but somebody would have prepared that, for somebody to cash it.
Yeah. And they got clearance first because the bank has checked.
Well, they need to look up and down the ladder. They have more people that get arrested there.
Anyway, third person detained. I said I spoke about that. That's a story trending with Dominic, and in custody Dominic and Genevieve Hadid, and a third person has been detained, of course, some 69-year-old person. Devastation in Venezuela, that's the picture on the front page, and it shows a resident as she walks among the rubble of buildings damaged in the earthquake at Caltia Lamar. All right, that's all trending stories. Search for survivors as death toll nears 190. Penny disappointed with government's response. Law Association challenges government to justify state of emergency restrictions. And Venezuelans in TNT spend hours reaching out to relatives. Two held after the ATM backhoe robbery attempt in Plymouth. Apparently, the Cape Crusader is one of those two held.
The Batman.
Yeah, Batman. PCA manager shot dead. David West says he was a professional and a jolly person. That PCA manager is Saeed Khan. He was shot dead on Wednesday after he was ambushed by a gunman along the Carney Savannah Road. Freeport man shot at Grand Bazaar car park. Of course, that story started trending yesterday. This article doesn't say that he died, though. It says he's at hospital. Woman 68 beats intruder with cutlass in St. Madeleine. And then there's a picture of student Latin dancers, Caden Hart and his partner Asia Lendor, alongside Azaria Laborde and Kira Charles, as they fine-tune their routine. All right, those are all trending stories, of course, in today's Express.
Okay, so I will do the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian for this morning. Hadid probe intensifies. That's the main headline or the story that starts off online. 69-year-old West Moorings businesswoman arrested a day after Blue Water's owner and wife detained. So the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service yesterday detained a 69-year-old businesswoman from West Moorings in the ongoing case involving businessman Dominic Hadid and his wife Genevieve. So that's the main trending story. Then Port of Spain City Council unable to pay civil servants June salaries. So Port of Spain Mayor Chinua Alain says a fiscal crisis he warned about more than 2 months ago has now materialized after the Port of Spain City Corporation was unable to meet its June payroll obligations. Hadid, well, they're just repeating the Hadid probe intensifies. Agony over arrest of female member of another prominent business family. A woman with cerebral palsy faces ongoing leak in HDC home, and TNT offers earthquake aid to Venezuela. In business news, regional airlines still anxious over jet fuel volatility. Caribbean to the bone, Alison Damas marks 15 years in business. Open a US dollar account through Charles Schwab. Is that an ad? No, it's actually an article. Oil spill dispute signals strained relations with Venezuela, says analyst. And different HDC process, same outcome. That's part of the business features. Government, CCTV, GPS data in missing businessman's case. And in sport, the Silvers' gritty century team, West Indies earlier strikes. West Indies falter with the bat in lopsided defeat to England in World Cup. Chase targeting first test win against Sri Lanka, and West Indies seek first series win over Sri Lanka in 23 years. So that's it for the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian for this morning, this Friday morning. So put your smile on your face. It is the weekend.
All right, those are all trending stories in the newspapers today. All right?
Great. Did you know, people?
I had a 68-year-old patient who came in with a cardiac arrest yesterday. Unfortunately, he didn't make it. That's not even the worst part. The worst part is what the wife told us after he passed away. She said that her husband had just retired 2 months ago after working in the same company for 37 years. And they were planning to go on their first holiday, a month-long holiday in August, to travel and see the world. They had everything booked. She said that her husband worked in the same company for 37 years and never took time off, never took a holiday. He was always working to provide for his wife and 3 children. He never went for family holidays, friends trips, or even took time off when he was sick. He always put work first. He always told her, let me work hard now and then I'll enjoy my life after my retirement. For 37 years, he sacrificed time with his friends, his family, all because he put work above himself. After 37 years, he was finally going to enjoy his first hard-earned holiday, and he didn't even make it. I can't help thinking how many people I know who are like this. You work so hard for a job that most of you don't even like. You sacrifice so much of your time, your freedom, your health, because you put your job above yourself. Everyone is running in a rat race. Everyone wants to finish. But finish what though? Where's the end? After you've lost all your youth? After your children have all grown up and have their own lives? Or when you're too old, too tired, and too sick to actually enjoy life? What's the point? I don't think this is how life is supposed to be. What I'm going to say might be controversial, but I think unless you are running your own company or your own business where you're trying to build a legacy for yourself, other than that, I don't think anyone should be working so hard to a point where you lose yourself. I'm not saying that you should work half-heartedly or work without integrity, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't give your best at work. I'm just saying that you shouldn't sacrifice so much of yourself that you end up losing your best years of life. Because work alone is not life. Take your annual leaves, take your sick leaves. These are your entitlements. Go for holidays, take care of your health, take breaks. Put yourself first. Most of the people I know are slogging so hard at a job that will give them nothing but a jamuan at the end of your retirement. Life is so short. Don't sacrifice your prime years thinking you'll enjoy everything later, because you don't even know whether you'll be alive to enjoy any of it.
So Charles, you should have immediately started to play, not because you retire, it's time to expire. You should have immediately plugged that tune there.
He's very slow on those things. Wendell.
Yes, why?
Very slow, very slow.
Is he even there?
Yeah, but that's part of slow. He's cousin to the slot, you know.
Have your way, no problem.
We talk snow, we talk slot, we talk snail, and we talk Charles.
Oh Lord.
Why
all that was happening, I was organizing to get the poll and everything else organized.
I swear sometimes you don't even read that chat. I put a poll since morning. It had nothing else after that except Richard saying he'll be late. He can't still ask me if I have a poll, and also Richard, you saw it?
Yeah.
No. So I saw your poll, but I didn't notice that he asked after that.
No,
yes.
You see what the difference with it is that when you put it at 6 o'clock, I am already gone past the chat. I am starting the program, making sure everything is up and running, and that is where my focus is. I'm not going back to the chat.
You want me to create a separate chat for polls?
No.
You can't do that, so that you can't miss it. Because so many other things end up in our chat sometimes that you might have missed the poll, which happens, especially when you're slottish or snailish, you know.
Right, okay.
Oh Lord. Anyway, folks, let's take some calls, but we will poll the preparation, our preparation for an earthquake here in Trinidad and Tobago, because I don't know. Was the lady in charge of the seismic research, Richard? We interviewed her already.
I can't remember her name.
Is Dr. Indar, that's her name? Or something?
I can't remember.
She had predicted a few years ago that Trinidad and Tobago will get a massive earthquake. Just like they predicted that was going to happen.
But you know they have said that for a while, since we were in primary school.
But it's the same thing they were telling Venezuela, that prepare for a massive earthquake, and they haven't had one in over 50 years.
But they said they were due after 50 years. But remember, Venezuela has a history of really bad earthquakes too. So remember that 50 years ago, or roughly, they would have had a really bad one that almost destroyed Caracas. Huh? Trinidad has had some, but not, to that level of devastation. I suppose the most serious one we had is the one that disconnected us from the South American continent. So I remember we had a kind of bad one a few years ago that lasted really long. And really, and we had to do the examination of buildings and stuff like that after that earthquake. But since then, and I remember, I think at the time we had asked, well, where is this the bad one that they were talking about? That they always talk about. And well, they said it wasn't. And then I'm like, how the hell do you know it wasn't? How do you know? Because that was bad. So everybody's like, no, unless it's 8.3, it's not bad. I don't know what is the statistic, how they decide. That was my thought process back then, because that was obviously bad because certain things were damaged and stuff like that. But is it, what are you deciding is bad? What's your definition of bad?
But she had also said all that too, Richard. Back then, she had given a number, of what she considered bad, and I think it went into the 7s, I think
was that one that we had back then, not a 7?
No, we never had a 7. I don't think. Well, let me just say we never.
That one I'm thinking of, wasn't that a 7?
I'm not sure. But I have an apology for you. I forget to tell you, I did look back at the program yesterday, and you really did not say you always right. You didn't say that.
I know.
You said you were right. You didn't say that you are always right. So I apologize.
So I was right.
Yes, you are right. Yeah, I actually looked back as well. I had it running while I was doing so many other things the entire show yesterday. Yeah, but when Diana said we had a 7, I'm not remembering we ever had as much as a 7, but I stand corrected.
I don't know. But they've been telling us that since primary school, I think. That, Trinidad is due for whatever. But of course, the nature of earthquakes is that they're very difficult to predict until we get the technology to be able to do that. We just can't. It happens when it happens, which is what is alarming about it.
We had
and I guess it's due to whatever depth the earthquake is at, also too.
Yes, how shallow it is.
That plays a big part in how effective it is.
Yeah.
Or destructive, I should say.
Yeah, how shallow
folks,
it is.
Our lines are open. 281-1315. We could take a few calls. Today's your day, of course, you know that, right?
Yeah.
So you get to call a lot. Between you calling and Richard advertising his play, I could keep quiet.
Yeah. I just wanted to mention my condolences. One of my aunts died last night from my dad's side, Auntie Molly, and so Molly Bronte, formerly Raghubar Singh. So she died last night, but she was older. She's my dad's youngest sister, actually, if I'm correct. She's my dad's youngest sister. So I just want to say, condolences to the family. And of course, to my cousins, Beverly, Marlene, and Philip, the passing of their mom.
Condolences, Richard. Please accept
condolences,
that.
Richard, to you and your family. All right, so let's go to the lines. Caller, good morning to you.
Good morning, gentlemen. Wendell, I like you. United we stand. Who vex? Suck it up. I have a question. The people that's supposed to collect the bills like water bill, HDC, and TNTech, why do they let the bill reach that high? Those people that let the bill reach, by the time you don't pay the third payment, it's supposed to be cut off or something. You remember in COVID, it had a lot of people line up to pay water bill because they was going to disconnect them. I wonder if those people finish pay off the bill. That
Why is that good topic? Why is that okay?
No?
Why is that concerning you?
Government people is supposed to be working, getting pay, and not working, because if you're not collecting the HGC, the WASA, or the Tiantec, what job you're doing? Send them home and start next. The amount of money swinging around here, I don't know why somebody don't drop some in my mailbox. All I hearing about $1 billion waste here. Who thief what? Who didn't pay what? Who overcharged? Good grief. The money not spending on the citizens of Trinidad at all. It's just in some fraud, this fraud, that. And who pocketed the money to take home? Lord have mercy.
I think you should drink some coffee and come back.
What a weird call.
That was on Miss Samson's mind this morning.
That was a weird call.
Very random.
Miss Samson, okay? Yeah. Drink a rude boy. Take it easy, Miss Samson. Don't stress yourself out on other people's stress. As long as you paying your bills, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Don't stress about other people at all. All right. Our poll is up, people. Do you believe TNT, Trinidad and Tobago, is prepared for an earthquake of similar magnitude as Venezuela? Venezuela, of course, had a 7.5. Now, a lot of people are putting on the chat, we had a 7.5. Michael Cadet, we had a 7 when Diane James, Carl Guevara said, I think it was a 6.1. But Nicola McNichol said Trinidad's last major earthquake was a magnitude 6.9 event that struck on August 21st, 2018. This sounds very researched. So we'll go with that. We'll go with that. But do you think we are prepared for a major earthquake? Yes or no? That's our question this morning. All right? Do you think we are prepared? Yes or no?
Okay, so when we come back after the news, we will take your calls and we'll tell you how you voted. So stay with us. This is The Breakfast Show.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is Net Radio News Now.
This is News Now on Net Radio and Guile TV. I am Derek McMillan. Thank you for joining us. Rescue teams are racing to save survivors after 2 powerful earthquakes devastated Venezuela, killing at least 164 people and injuring more than 970. The 7.2 and 7.5 magnitude quakes struck Wednesday evening, collapsing buildings, damaging the country's main airport, and causing widespread power and communications outages. The hardest hit area is La Guaira State, where authorities say dozens of buildings have collapsed and rescue operations are continuing. Schools have been closed and some are being used as shelters. The United States, Mexico, El Salvador, and several other countries have offered assistance, while international search and rescue teams are being deployed to support recovery efforts. Regional leaders are expressing solidarity with Venezuela following the deadly earthquakes that have claimed at least 164 lives and injured nearly 1,000 people. Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar says Trinidad and Tobago stands ready to provide humanitarian assistance once Venezuelan authorities identify their most urgent needs. Public Utilities Minister Barry Patterath says discussions are already underway, with the government also engaging corporate Trinidad and Tobago to support any relief effort. Meanwhile, St. Lucia's Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre has also extended condolences, saying his country stands with the Venezuelan people as they mourn the victims and begin the recovery and rebuilding process. The Law Association of Trinidad and Tobago is questioning whether the government's ban on protests near key state institutions is constitutionally justified under the current state of emergency. In a statement, the association said emergency powers are meant to be temporary and should not unnecessarily restrict fundamental rights. It raised concerns that the ban on protests within 500 meters of key government and judicial buildings could undermine the constitutional rights to peaceful assembly and freedom of expression. The association has called on the government to provide evidence justifying the continued state of emergency, review the protest ban, and from police to clearly identify the restricted zones. A woman charged in connection with an alleged $20 million fraudulent check scheme has been granted $6 million bail. Jackie Watson appeared before a master of the High Court, where she was also ordered to surrender her passport. The matter resumes in November. Police allege Watson was involved in the deposit of a fake $20 million government check into a commercial bank account. Investigators say more than $18 million was withdrawn before the fraud was discovered. She has been charged with obtaining money by false pretense and money laundering. Police have detained a BlackRock man as investigations continue into Wednesday's attempted theft of a First Citizens ATM in Plymouth. Investigators say 5 men stole an excavator and 2 trucks before using the heavy equipment to smash through the ATM enclosure at Supreme Plaza. However, the heist failed after the excavator stalled while the suspects were trying to load the cash machine onto a truck. The men fled empty-handed, abandoning one of the stolen vehicles. Police are continuing a manhunt for the remaining suspects. Finally, Britain's King Charles has become the first monarch to publicly disclose how much tax he pays. The annual royal accounts show the king voluntarily paid £12.9 million in income and capital gains tax for the 2024-2025 financial year, while the Prince of Wales, Prince William, paid £7.76 million. The report also confirms King Charles and Queen Camilla will continue living at Clarence House instead of moving into Buckingham Palace after renovations. Meanwhile, public funding for the royal household will rise to just under £100 million annually from 2027. And that is Net Radio News at this time.
That was News Now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio. Net Radio.
Get ready.
Champions of the world! The road to football's biggest stage starts right here on Net Radio and Guile TV. Join us for Inside the Net, the road to FIFA World Cup 2026 Insights. Every weekday, take a journey through World Cup history, legendary players, unforgettable goals, football's greatest nations, rising stars, iconic stadiums, and the stories behind a beautiful game. From Brazil to Argentina, Germany to France, and every nation chasing football glory. Join us daily at 7:55 a.m. and 11:55 a.m. Don't just watch the World Cup, live the passion. Inside the Net, road to FIFA World Cup 2026 Insights.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Necessary Arts Trinidad and Tobago presents Women and Children First.
Some sisters are losing their voices.
We are losing our childhood.
Women and Children First, written and directed by Penelope Spencer.
July 5th, Little Carib Theatre, one important show.
A performance, a tribute to our women and children.
Drama, comedy, issues for the whole family.
Call 752-7050 or 683-4843 for more ticket info.
Women and Children First. See you there.
Trinidad and Tobago, get ready! Kalan of the Ultimate DJ Shane invite you to the Ride of the Year, Reggae Ride 26.
I met a girl this morning. She was love at first sight.
On Saturday, June 27th, on board the Harbour Master, represent your colors with a touch of gold, green, red, and white, featuring DJ Damien, Ever Slick, DJ Junior, Gaylan, and the ultimate DJ Shane. Boarding 11 p.m. and sailing at 12 midnight sharp. Tickets are only $250 and are available at all Agard's Nuts House locations, City Furniture stores nationwide, and online at islandetickets.com. Call or WhatsApp 333-7601 for more information and tickets. Walk with your coolers. No oversized coolers and no glass bottles allowed. The Reggae Ride 26 is proudly sponsored by Agard's Nuts House, City Furniture, Tocopia Hotel and Lounge, Cricket Lab Academy, Cafe Barista, Endura Malt, NFM, Rio's Waxing Parlor, and Langston Roach Industries. One boat, one vibe, one love. The Reggae Ride 26.
Your mid-morning just got better. Join Sir Charles for the mid-morning mix and mingle, where good music, real talk, health, and family matters come together, and your voice is heard. Whether you're at work, on the go, or just taking a break, this is the perfect mix to keep you engaged, informed, and entertained. The mid-morning mix and mingle, weekdays, 9 a.m. to 12 noon on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Morning vibes, fresh energy. This is the Net Radio Breakfast Show.
Hey, what's that? Hey, boy, what's that? What's Sally Park? I hope you bring lights. That way. Somebody park, man. Hey, yeah, la.
With your hands them up in the sky, rolling back and having a time. Lord, we liming again, and we having money to spend. Yes, we jamming down to the end. See me with me carnival friend. Lord, me carnival friend. I wish she come from there. London, I wish she come from there. New York, I wish she come from there. When you come in, my baby, I wish she come from there. Atlanta, she come from there. Toronto, she come from there. And I know that you miss me. I love the way that you bring a vibe. With your hands them up in the sky, falling down and having a time. Wine season again, and we have money to spend, and we jamming down to the end. Rolling with me carnival friend, lad, me carnival friend. Yeah, me carnival friend. Oh yeah, lad, me carnival friend. Yeah, lad, me carnival friend. Until we meet up again. Everything done start, you know. The back done pack, you know. She dreaming to take a wine on me, cause she coming down to please. When she ramage, she push it back, all the bam bam rolling, and she saving some for me. I telling you, I love whenever you bring a vibe. With your hands them up in the sky, what we drunk and having a time. Carnival time again, and we having money to spend, and we go right down to the end. Watch me with me carnival friend, them me carnival friend. Yeah, now me carnival friend. Oh yeah, now me carnival friend. Yeah, now me carnival friend. Until we meet up again. Then we meet. Rum go beat. Things so sweet. Feel complete, cause we love we bacchanal. Heat. Rum go beat. Things so sweet. Well, it must be carnival. I love the way that you bring a vibe. With your hands them up in the sky, rolling back and having a time. Lord, we liming again, and we have real money to spend, and we jamming down to the end. See me with me carnival friend, then me carnival friend. Yeah, me carnival friend. Oh yeah, now me carnival friend. Yeah, now me carnival friend. Until we beat up again. Yeah, I wish you come from there. I she come from there. Cabanage, where she come from there. And she loves the bacana. How she come from there. Sando, how she come from there. Cabanage, where she come from there. And she loves the bacana. How she come from there. Sando, how she come from there.
Yeah, all your carnival friends.
Yeah. And she loves the bacana.
All your friends from all over, good morning to you. Yeah, good to have you here on Net Radio.
From there.
The heartbeat of the Caribbean, taking you above and beyond.
Sando, how she come from there.
Streaming, beaming, coming to you from the beautiful, gorgeous Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
Sando, how she come.
It is a Friday, and of course this is the Friday edition of your morning staple. We're talking about the breakfast show.
Sando,
Richard Ragubar, Sing Wendell Stevens. Yours truly, Sir Charles. Carnival friend.
Sando, how she come.
Good morning to all our early risers. Those that came in along the way, thank you so much for hooking up. Thank you very much for showing up and being here. Also, good morning to the people at Gael Caribbean TV.
And she loves you bacana.
As we go into the weekend, we want you to stay with us here on Net Radio because we are streaming all day, every day. So when you don't find us on the TV feed, or you can't find us on the social media networks, because we stream most of our talk shows, we just get in trouble for streaming the music. So. But when we are not on talk, you can get us at Net Radio TT, that's NETT, RadioTT.com. That way you're able to listen to us all day, every day. We have fantastic programming throughout the weekend. Trust me, I know what I'm telling you. You're going to have a fun time. And of course, you can get us on all your smart devices. So whether you're on Radio Guard, online radio box, simple radio, I mean you name it, all major streaming devices, and tune in. Well, you can get us at Net Radio Trinidad. That's the handle. Just tell your Alexa or your smart devices, play Net Radio Trinidad, or as Richard has discovered, NETT. Alexa, play NETT Radio Trinidad. Sure to find it, right? Of course, all our social media pages are tagged Net Radio Trinidad. So whether you are on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, or on WhatsApp, you can find us at Net Radio Trinidad. It's easy branding across the board. And of course, our morning poll is up. Given what we saw, what we are experiencing and going through with our neighbors in Venezuela, it's not an easy thing. Do you think Trinidad and Tobago, we are ready? We can handle something like that? But if you're voting yes, you're voting 1. If you're voting no, you're voting 2. And when we come back, we'll let you know how you voted. So stay with us on the breakfast show, the Friday edition.
Scandal in Citrus is back in Port of Spain, and yep, we're finally at Queen's Hall for 2 nights only, on Saturday the 27th of June at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday the 28th at 6:30 p.m. Tickets available at the usual outlets and online. You can now buy tickets on our website, rsrrproductions.com. We think you'll like it. And at the Queen's Hall box office, 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily. Scandal in Citrus. We're at Queen's Hall.
Scandal in Citrus.
Are you taking care of your sexual health and overall well-being? At Total Image and Dr. Raj Adult Boutique, we believe your confidence, wellness, and intimacy matter. Visit us at our convenient locations: 10 Carmody Street, St. Augustine, Edinburgh, Chaguanas, Shops of Day Bay, 95 Circular Road, Vista Bella, Docks Ranch Light Pole 51, SS Aaron Road, Penal, and Metro Hotel, Suite 1, Number 2, Knoll Street North, Couva. From relaxing massage services to professional guidance on sexual wellness, we are here to support you every step of the way. Consult with renowned sexologist, Dr. Raj Ramnanan, for expert advice tailored to your needs. Take the first step toward a healthier, more confident you. Call 285-9739 or 645-4543 to book your appointment today. Total Image and Dr. Raj Adult Boutique. where wellness meets confidence.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
What do we all want for Trinidad and Tobago? Safer communities, greater opportunities, and a better future. Join Denise Deming every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio for Common Ground TNT. Each week, respected guests tackle the issues affecting our nation, from crime and education to healthcare, the economy, and good governance. Common Ground TNT, finding solutions through conversation. Tuesdays at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio, Net Radio.
Calling all you Net Radio listeners and fans. It's time to pack your cooler, gather your crews. Join us on Net Radio, Halloween Cooler Crew in red, white, and black. On board the luxurious Island Royalty, Saturday, 15th of August, boarding at 7 p.m. from Hardcuts Shagaramas. We sail at 8 p.m. sharp. Enjoy great music all night long from your favorite net DJs: Sir Charles, CJ, Mr. Flavor, Doc International, RJ, and Fluffman.
Tell you you's a big dancer. Come show
Early bird tickets are just $200 after $250. Get your tickets now at Crosby in St. James, Rumba, St. James, Bobby's Bar in Crep, Bats International in Arima, K Square Fashions at C3 Center, West Mall, and Eastgate Small, and all net DJs. No glass bottles allowed. Bring your coolers, bring your crews, and let's celebrate together. Net Radio, Halloween Cooler Crew, Saturday, August the 15th, aboard the Island Royalty. For information, call 638-2609 or 497-7173. Halloween on the sea.
Okay, so we are back. Welcome back to the second hour. It's now 22 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. Time is really running this morning. This whole month just ran quick.
Yeah, it did, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess because of the fact that, when you actually, like in my case, where every day I have to do something that requires the date, So, like you're aware of it, so you have to schedule stuff, create stuff, and you always have to put that date stamp on things. So it just makes me more aware of how quickly the days are running.
Yeah. Of course, our poll is still up, folks, so you can still vote on it. Are we prepared for an earthquake of the magnitude like what there was in Venezuela? Our worst earthquake was in actually 1766, 250 years ago. We had a 7.9 earthquake. And then, of course, in 2018, August 21st, 2018, was the next bad one. We had a 6.9 around 5:30 in the afternoon. I remember that earthquake. I was on radio and I talk about it. Well, I talk about it the next day. I was in my yard underneath my mango tree and I was bending over doing something, cleaning a thing. And all of a sudden, the earth started to move. And I saying, Wendell, is this your blood pressure acting up again? But it was the whole ground was just moving. Yeah. And I said, my God, it's after I found out it was an earthquake, but it went on for a good while that day. Mm-hmm. That's my memory of that particular earthquake. I don't think there was much damage, but, in terms of, but there were images of grocery shelves falling over and so on in some groceries and so on. I remember goods falling off shelves and so on. Those are the images that people started to circulate after that particular earthquake.
But we have not had an earthquake, well, at least within my lifetime, that I can remember, like seeing like buildings toppling, caving in and that sort of thing. I don't think we have experienced that kind of thing.
Well, in 1766, it was bad.
No, and as I said, I talk about my lifetime.
No.
Our lifetime,
in your lifetime would have been also that date, August 21st, 2018.
So we have not, experienced that kind of, like how you see buildings falling in and craters opening in some parts of the world, swallowing up cars and buildings, and
Yeah. Managed said that they had some earthquakes. They had an earthquake yesterday, but they're preparing for 2 typhoons today, actually. So he said he's home. They're preparing for 2 typhoons. Now, what is a typhoon? Let me get exactly what a typhoon is. I'm almost certain it has something to do with water. A typhoon. Right, a typhoon. This is what a typhoon is, right? A typhoon versus a hurricane, right? Definition. What is a typhoon? A typhoon is a tropical cyclone that develops in the northwestern Pacific Ocean, affecting East and Southeast Asia, right? It's like a hurricane, but it can cause extreme wind, rain, and flooding. All right? So that's what it has sustained winds of over 74 miles per hour, torrential rainfall, and a severe drop in barometric pressure. That's what a typhoon is. All right. So they are preparing.
That's hurricane cousin.
Huh?
That's hurricane.
It's a hurricane cousin.
Oh, okay.
But most of the votes on the chat today, of course, said 2. We are not prepared. I don't think I saw a 1 at all. Caroline, come down and line the one. Caroline, Cupid say the crowd in the promo for the boat ride suggests that I might be out of place. They look more like my children's crew. Caroline, come down the one. So was something wrong with Lyman with people in your age?
You can't lie with younger people.
Exactly. Oh Lord, and Andre provoking Richard. Where's Richard? He said you should find out from Richard how was that earthquake in 1766 actually.
You want to ask Richard about the earthquake in 17 something?
Yeah, 250 years ago.
But he suggested that Richard was around?
Yes, that's exactly what he suggested.
I don't believe that. I feel he probably just tell himself that Richard is a historian.
No, remember we teased Richard about how he come back. He here centuries ago and he come back.
Oh, okay. I missed that. I missed that. All right. Well, people, we are taking your calls 281-315-29951-56. You can call us. We're talking on the poll, but today's Friday, so let's talk everything that you all want to talk one time. All right? It's your day. It's your day. You get to do it how you want it today. So let's go to the lines. Captain Ron, good morning. How are you in Orlando?
Happy morning, happy Friday morning, gentle people. Listen, I just wanted to interject something here. A typhoon. If you take the typhoon, I want you to get the reasoning behind the whole thing. It's the same thing as a hurricane. If you take a typhoon from the Pacific Ocean and put it in the Atlantic Ocean, it becomes a hurricane. If you take a hurricane and put it in the Pacific Ocean, it becomes a typhoon. The idea was, once you hear typhoon, you know what part of the world you're talking about. And so you say hurricane, it's in the Atlantic Ocean. Typhoon, it's in the Pacific. That's all it is. But it's the very same thing.
It's the same thing,
right? Right. All right, gentlemen. Y'all have a good weekend and be safe down there.
All right, okay, no problem.
Thanks, yes. So it depends on what part of the world is it. It is. It's a hurricane or a typhoon, depending on where in the world it is. Thank you for that information. And thanks, Tremaine.
So we would not have typhoons, we will get hurricanes. Yeah. All right. Thanks very much, Captain Ron. I guess all those are little tricks in the trade that Captain Ron is revealing here to us. I like that. Oh, my word. All right. Good morning to you, caller.
Morning to the breakfast show.
Morning, Mr. Billy.
And I just want to say my heart goes out to the neighbors in Venezuela on that devastating 7.2, I think it was. The trick that hit them. And, it's just so how life could be so fragile, over the last 24 hours. Those people's lives have changed so much in a negative way. But my substantive point is an incident I saw yesterday at the ENRN where a guy from the PCA, Police Complaint Authority, was murdered. And it had me feeling very sad, not just for the murder of the individual, but the children involved. Because apparently, it was a hostile relationship with he and his wife, and it have led to he moving out, getting a divorce, and in a same-sex kind of marriage. And I want to know how children have to go through so much. And I mean, as a father, a grandfather, uncle, it really pained me. It really pained me when I heard about this story on Ian Allen yesterday. What children is going through in this country when their parents, in turmoil with their relationships. And my heart and condolences go to those two children, wherever part of Trinidad they might be today. God continue to give them the strength to weather this storm on the untimely passing of their father. And I just say that Trinidad needs to look at themselves in how we do our business. Thank you all very much. Have a good weekend.
Thank you very much, Mr. B. Trinidad need a blessing.
For that,
they would need a blessing.
Yeah. For that.
Virginia, good morning.
Good morning.
Front and center, Virginia.
Front and center. All right. And I still say, in God, we still trusty. Don't worry. We have a secret weapon. And we only bought out one yesterday. And his name is Trusty. Okay?
Okay.
So, as a matter of fact, I'm going to reach out to the president and we will change that on our coins. In God we trust, in God we trusty. Trustee. Watch that, young man.
Yeah, all right, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I think the that one in 90 something on is it 2018? That earthquake you all talking about? Yeah, right. And well, in your era, because you guys are wrong long before me. Anyway, yeah, I might have been in this era, but there was one before that. I was told as a young 5th standard boy by my teacher. That's one of the worst earthquakes experienced in Trinidad was sometime in 1968 or something like that, where they said that cars was like shaking on the ground like matchbox cars. And the police said that Saturday, a lot of the churches that Saturday and Sunday, you never see the church so full. Right? After that earthquake. And he said, you know what? No, it was a Sunday. It happened on a Saturday. The earthquake happened on a Saturday. And the priest said, maybe you should have an earthquake every Saturday and I will get, a full turnout for mass every Sunday. So, but maybe Mr. Grant or somebody else who's been around a lot longer than I was can tell us what year that earthquake was. But I know it's 1960 something, and it was.
You're right. It's 1968. Yeah? September 20th, 1968. We registered a magnitude. Registered 7.0.
See, I was not wrong. What it was, so I don't know about that.
Yeah, I just googling it. It's September 20th, 1968. It was a 7.0 magnitude earthquake.
Right. And what was the one? What was the one in 2018? What was the magnitude?
The magnitude was 6.9.
Yeah. So I think the closest in the 21st century might have been that one in 68. But I think the Hyatt got some damage from the one in the 2018, and the Anglican Church. The
cathedral in town. You're very right.
Yeah, you see? Only want to know how I know all that, eh?
I remember part of the steeple fell off of the cathedral in town, the Anglican cathedral.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so Charles say I'm an international Marco. Yes, I live in a corner house.
On the 11th floor. Right?
On the 11th floor. Exactly. All right. So that's it. So don't worry. Portugal, USA, that gonna be a final. Watch and see.
All right, okay, no problem.
Take it.
All right, yeah, you and your hopes. Keep it up, man. Yeah. Yes, I wish you all the best. Lincoln, morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
I have some issues. I'm having an issue with digital. When you leave the country, I am going to be abroad for a couple of months, so I decided it don't make sense paying a phone bill, because my phone is postpaid, paying a phone bill for several months and I'm not in the country. So I went to this to have my phone suspended. They told me I need to provide flight itinerary, time that I'm coming back, and one set of over-the-top requirements that they needed to suspend my services. I jumped through all the hoops. You know I'm in the United States now and my phone's still active?
You just use your phone on roaming? You just allow your data to be on when you're abroad?
Pardon me?
Do you leave your data on when you travel?
First of all, I don't want to end up like Shampoo Kojo, but the whole part, I'm testing it periodically to see whether my phone cut or phone service is still active, right? But when I saw, I heard you bringing up the procedure with the to fill out the online thing when you're leaving, and I don't agree with you. I wait till I experience it myself to make more comments about it. I don't understand how we move from not having to fill out anything when you're leaving the country and only have it to fill out when you're coming back, to now have to fill it out when you're leaving and when you're coming back, and we find there's a better thing.
No, hold up. We did comment that we were wondering why is it necessary to do it when you're leaving. We did, because generally when you're leaving, you basically just showing the attendant wherever airline you're going the thing, and that's it, you know. They don't scan anything, they don't record anything, you're just showing them it, you know. And I didn't see the purpose of that either. But the one coming back, I agree, it worked beautifully.
Exactly. I didn't see it make much sense when you're leaving, but still I had to jump through hoops and take how much ever minutes it would take to fill out all this information, take the camera passport and all this good stuff, and all. Well, for me, my experience was it never generated any QR code. So I'm going to the desk and going back to the desk because they told me they want to see it upstairs. So I'm going back to the counter and saying, look, ma'am, look at just circulating, and it's not generating no QR code. Finally, she then tells me, don't worry, they need it. I'm like, so why you make me do all of this? And they don't need it.
But wait. What do you mean they want to see it upstairs? It's only when you're checking in that is asked to see it?
This is the indiscrepancy of the whole process. When I went to the agent at the desk downstairs, I said, do I need to populate this now? She said no. They would want to see it upstairs.
Nah.
So I check in, and after I check in, I'm doing it before I go through the customs thing and thing. And then when it's not populating, I go back to the front desk and say, ma'am, look, the thing not populating and I'm not getting no QR code for them to check upstairs and whatnot. He said, don't worry, they ain't gonna ask you for it.
Exactly, they don't ask for that upstairs.
So basically, what you're both saying is that you can travel without filling out that form.
Well, downstairs they ask you. No, I've seen them turn away people when they're checking in and tell them go and fill it out and come back. So you just have to show the attendant downstairs the evidence that you filled out you did the form.
Well, my experience was I travel. I'm in abroad right now. It never populated. I never got anything to show anybody. So I obviously was able to travel without doing it.
Yeah, it's unnecessary to me when you're leaving.
Another peeve that I have that I noticed in this modern day and age of technology and sanity, especially after COVID, why it is when you pass, the security that does check your information before you get into duty free. Well, you just travel a lot more than I do. After downstairs when you go through the queue and the security, airport authority security check your ticket and your passport to make sure it's you.
Mm-hmm.
That's
when you're leaving, right?
Yes.
No, just when you kiss your family goodbye and you're going through the first security checkpoint there.
Mm-hmm.
Outside KFC, outside Starbucks.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Right. That first door there. Why is that first door? Hundreds and thousands of people had to push that door manually to open it. Why that door doesn't open with a sensor?
It used to,
COVID.
I think it used to be an automatic door, but I don't know why. It don't work. It must just say okay.
We did the airport. It was, and then we did the airport, and then they take it away.
Yes,
I think that is such an unsanitary thing that hundreds of people had to touch this door.
I push it with my elbow or my foot. I use my elbow or my foot to push it.
Look, when there's easy foot.
You shouldn't be doing that. You probably an airport for millions of dollars and people are holding door to open it. Some people with baby, who with this, who with that, who with the other. That's the first place of, I just find it's unsanitary.
Yeah, I agree with you with that. There are some irritants that there's nobody not paying attention to. Like it's almost like if there's no airport manager to pay attention to some of these things that they're doing. You understand? For instance, sometimes you have no line and they would not remove the rope. There's no attendant there to remove the thing so that you could walk straight up to the thing. You still have to make the zigzag walk. And I wonder, because in America, in a lot of the airports abroad, they observe those things and there's somebody moving that rope to just allow you to walk straight.
Because maybe somebody's not going through the entire process and saying, okay, let's see how the process works. I am a traveler, let me go through it. Even if you're a guest, you're doing it as what they call it, a secret shopper kind of person, and going through the process to see, well, what are the blocks, what are the gaps, how polite are people, how assessing the experience. Maybe they're not doing that. Yeah. And you would flag certain things if you are really serious about the experience. And so many airports are paying attention now to the experience of the traveler because they want to stand out. And I don't know how much we're actually doing that. And some of those little things, being like that secret shopper, can give you what the experience is to the average traveler. And whether, in fact, the airport authority, together with the Ministry of, which is it, Civil Aviation?
Yeah, that will come under infrastructure, in transport and civil aviation.
Right, transport and civil aviation.
But you know who that is, Richard?
Yes, I know. I know who exactly it is, Wendell. And I'm just saying that if it is, you have introduced a form. And you know what gets me about politicians in this country? And this is a grouse we have all the time, regardless of who's in power. Most of them travel. Most of them see the processes that other people have implemented. Most of them see how some airports are pretty seamless. You collect your luggage and you go. And yet they will not implement those kinds of strategies in a Trinidad and Tobago airport experience. They're still having the forms.
Yeah.
Why still have the forms, period? Because you don't have to use forms when you go to the United States and stuff like that. No. And even when you're leaving, you have no form to fill out you're leaving. They will record you leaving, but they're not asking you to fill out any form. Why? What is the purpose of us taking so long, even one, to move from a paper form to a digital form and adding another, you added in another step for people who are leaving, and nobody's assessing this and saying, okay, we need to move to the point where we can do away with these forms. And what do we need to do? How are other countries doing it?
Yeah, but
I don't know, it's like sometimes when people get into positions in Trinidad and Tobago, it's like, I don't know, their gray matter slows down. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, because it's not just a traveling thing, you know. It's like everything you try and you want to test any government system here in Trinidad and Tobago and see if there's any improvement in anything. You're right, Richard. The people who are in charge of, if their work is to try and improve the systems, like they don't walk outside and test the systems for themselves.
Yeah, the managers, because the ministers they had to go through that. They escorted to the VIP lounge. When the flight is about to board, they escorted straight to the gate. They don't go through any of those systems. The ministers, that is. The one time I see a minister in a line was Kazim Mohammed. He was in the line, taking off his shoes just like everybody else. And I said, and I asked him, I said, Minister, are you aware that you could have taken? Because I'm aware of what minister. He said, now when they're neighbor all that, I want to be like normal, like, you know me. And you know what? You know Kazim goes, you know how Kazim always tells the story about how he was, right? Or where he came from. You know, but he's the only person I observed as a minister doing that.
Hold one minute for me, Wendell. Hold 1 minute there. Miss Sampson, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Richard, just make my point. I love my country. There are people getting paid and not working. That is why you have that problem. A guy was speaking about how Brian Lara Promenade have a lot of trash on the ground and blaming the UNC, which is true since they hear the place is nasty. But who dropping the rubbish? Who dropping the rubbish in Brian Lara Promenade? You have to blame the nasty people in Trinidad and Tobago. But to little warden to sit down on the promenade and ticket the tail $1,000 a drop. Yes, Richard, I need coffee now. Have a good day.
Yeah, I saw that video. I saw that video, Miss Sampson, and I didn't understand it either. You know, people, I guess, politicize a lot of stuff. And I didn't understand it. How he was cussing the UNT about the state of the Brandar Promenade. Sorry, it's so long time. It's nasty long time. It's nastier now that there's no CPEP and there's no extra workers and so on assisting with the cleaning. You know, it's nastier now. I will admit that, but it's not a new phenomenon that being nasty like that. It's not new.
And it's very morbid in the evening time. It's a parts of the promenade. It looked like if you're walking there, you could get robbed.
Promenade has always been a scary place. Always been a scary place. That much I'll say. Especially certain parts of that promenade, further far west and far east, you don't want to be.
Well, I'm heading far east, but far west so much, man. You know, because when you're heading far west, you're going to use the walkover and things like that. But after a certain time of the day, you really don't want to go down in those areas. You just have a kind of look about it. Lincoln, morning.
Morning. Sorry to call back so soon. But another observation that I made that we need to update ourselves. Internationally, when I left Trinidad, they had me still take off my shoes and take my laptop out the bag and all the different protocols. When I got to the United States, however, I traveled from where I landed to another state. And I noticed them not having people take off their shoes and then not having people take their laptop out the bag. So I asked the agent there, I said, why aren't you all doing that? She said, that has stopped a long time ago.
Nah, that's not true.
I said that to say that we in Trinidad pick up the things very easily, but this doesn't drop it as often as quickly as we just pick it up.
But that doesn't happen all over the United States, Lincoln. Only certain airports, they're allowing you to leave your laptop in your bag and leave on your shoes. It doesn't happen all over.
Well, the experience that I had, in the states that I visited so far, they have not.
You went to Fort Lauderdale Airport now?
You know what? There are a lot of the people who do it, they let them do it, but it's not a requirement anymore. You understand?
Yeah. Not all the airports doing it though, eh? Some you just know the airports that when you see a kind of dome-like thing where what your luggage going through, you see those airports, they don't have to take off nothing. But you have to watch to see the type of thing. I observe all those things. A type of dome-like thing. Once they have that, you don't have to take out nothing. You leave everything in your carry-on, leave on your shoes, and walk through.
I just find that the practice needs to move with the time. Maybe the United States not doing it, and because to go right to Tobago, you have to take off your shoes. It's ridiculous to go on a flight to Tobago. As I'm meaning that they ain't start doing it on the port yet. But that's just my observation.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And I believe what Miss Sampson was talking about this morning when Richard, that you all criticize her for and wrong. I wrongly so. Is what I believe what it is she was condemning was that Flavorite have a $2 million light bill and they cut me for $200. Right? So the complaint was you can't have one law for one and another law for another person.
Who has a $2 million light bill?
For children.
Who has a $2 million light bill?
I think it's Flavor, right? One of those ice cream companies had a $2 million light bill or something like that.
That's the case, the Tienta case that's connected to Keith Scotland. That's what she was talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, but the whole point about it is that they have a $2 million light bill, right? I felt the same way when they would talk about the owners of Movie Town and Chinese Laundry who didn't have $7 million in taxes to pay, and they get them. The report was to give them time to pay it. And
you in a place where they can't do a PDO on you, we could get one, eh?
Pardon?
You in a place where they can't do a PDO on you, we could get it, though.
No, the whole point about it is it's in public, it's a public domain. You're not talking no secret here or something confidential coming. I hear it's public information. Alright, that's why I could call names, it's public information. But the whole point about it is that these people allowed to have these kind of breaks, and you and me, they would lock us up in a heartbeat for owing $10 and $20 and stuff like that. See, we forfeit all our assets and all the good stuff that they do to poor people, right? And next thing you hear is that they give some amnesty for these things and they had to pay no money again.
Well, it's the subject of a court matter.
I understand what you're saying, but the whole point about it is Ms. Sampson is simply pointing out that you're cutting me for $200, but you're allowing people to run up $2 million in debts.
No, that's not what she said. I don't know if it was lost in translation wherever you are in the United States. But that's not what she said. She just said why people don't pay their light bill. They pay
HDC.
And all the people who was lined up in COVID to pay the light bill, and they had a backlog. I hope they pay it now. So I don't know. She never mentioned nothing about Flavor Right and a $2 million bill. I think you kind of went in that dream.
I'm right. All right, but gentlemen, have a good day.
Yeah, okay. She started talking about who ain't paying the HGC and the light bill and the water bill. She didn't wake up yet. She wake up now.
Yeah, she wake up now. I get a little better in her voice when only second time. Like she wake up, she taking the coffee now. So after she drink that coffee, she got to go. She back.
Spritey.
Content Center. Hey, morning, gentlemen. Hey, I didn't want to take up too much time with this, but I'm glad Richard here because I don't want to sound as well lying. But
during his discussion between you,
comparing the pace in which the current UNC administration moves in comparison with the PNM. Not saying the PNM don't move, right? But and he compared it to, like, you know, certain creatures that they operate. And then you guys try to get through to the what do you call it? The snail hotline, right?
Yeah.
And I know each of you guys have your own specialties and, you know, and so on. So I think, so Charles, this might be up more your corner to help me interpret this here. But so I said, let me help. And I call the snail line and I say, it's Trinidad. So let me drop a name because, you know, dropping a name sometimes I do something. So I say, I call it on behalf of Wendell, the prominent former government PNM minister, Wendell Stevens. Seems as though he and his area and the whole of Trinidad having a snail issue, the pace in which, you know, the snail issue, can you make, how can you help them? And it was weird. They said to me, when I drop the name Wendell Stevens, they say, just tell them have an internal elections as soon as possible. So Charles, what do you mean by that? And then I woke up.
Oh, you want that dream?
You have jokes, boy.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, guys, have a good weekend. Bye.
Yeah.
PNM internal elections coming up soon, I think. I think party groups supposed to start the election process in the month of July, I think. You know, I don't care. Somebody called me and asked me the other day if I'm considering running for office or a post again. I said no. They say, well, will you support so? I said no.
You're not lending your support?
It was a canvas call.
Huh?
It was a canvas call.
Apparently.
Yeah.
They're trying to feel me out first, but they really are angling for somebody else. But they're trying to feel, because they know if I decide I run in for that position, well, that's it, the competition done. So they ask me if I'm interested. No. Oh, but will you support so? I said no.
Asking for a friend.
Oh, God, these people joking, yes?
Because we have a pause in the calls.
Yes, we do.
Scandal in Cedrus is on this weekend. We are back bigger and better at Queen's Hall on Saturday at 8:30 and Sunday at 6:30. Of course, tickets are $250 general and $300 reserve. I think Queen's Hall has sold out their reserve tickets for Saturday and Sunday. I'm not sure, but I believe so. So we're going to see if we can get some of the other outlets that have reserve tickets still to get them to Queen's Hall. But if not, you can also purchase your reserve tickets on rsrrproductions.com. So you can go to our website where there are still a few reserve tickets available online at rsrrproductions.com. And I don't have to explain to you how to do it. You will understand it immediately. And so just putting that out there, of course, all outlets are this weekend: K Squared Fashions, West Mall, Eastgate, and Brentwood Mall, Jabili Rawe in Tunapuna, Electronics in Arima. Arima may still have some reserve tickets if you're looking for it. Champlain Auto Services in Champlain, and of course, Antoni's Florals in Bar Park Shopping Plaza. I keep telling people, get your tickets early. And you think I am joking. I am not joking. We're looking to have two fantastic shows this weekend at Queen's Hall on Saturday at 8:30 and Sunday at 6:30. If you need your life to be distressed, this is a no-brainer. You just need to come and see Scandal in Cedrus, and you will be reset for life. After you come to the show, your entire persona will be reset, and you'll be much less stressed, and you can tackle life again. Trust me on that. You will thank me after. You will say you were so right. So do not miss it. So many people have seen it multiple times. You should not miss it. Scandal in Cedrus. I think it's our final two shows in Port of Spain at Queen's Hall. We finally got to Queen's Hall, and we're there tomorrow and Sunday. And of course, next week we are in Naparima Bowl, and tickets are already zooming for Naparima Bowl, believe it or not, even though they are a week away. tickets are already selling a lot for Naparima Bowl. So get your tickets early for those shows too. And of course, the outlets for that K-Squared Fashion, C3 Center, and Brentwood Mall, and Friends of Marabella by the Roundabout. The box office for Naparima Bowl opens on Monday coming. And of course, I forgot, you can also get tickets for the Queen's Hall box office from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., even though I don't think they have much reserved tickets left. I don't think they have any at all. But 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. until we kind of replenish them. But otherwise, you can just go to the website, rsrrproductions.com, and you can get tickets for either show, Queen's Hall or Naparima Bowl, on that website.
Just a quick little information. Russian Parry wrote a very interesting article. I don't know if you all saw it. It starts, Trinidad and Tobago must ask itself a hard question. After the earthquakes in Venezuela, acting President Delcy Rodriguez publicly acknowledged messages of support from leaders and officials across the globe, and he went on to name all of them. He said, but the name missing from that list is Trinidad and Tobago. That silence should not be brushed aside. It's an interesting article.
I read what you had said. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a glaring omission, but is it surprising? It's not, because so much bad blood has flowed between our Prime Minister and Delcy Rodriguez as Vice President at the time, and there were insults traded back and forth, and to the point where our Prime Minister is on grata in Venezuela, not a finale, even though they have all kind of territorial claims that they want to bring up against Venezuela. He was never declared persona non grata. Our Prime Minister was. And it's a testimony to what I always come back to: leadership and language matter. Yeah. You could ignore it and you could be bravedage about it and say, I could say whatever I want. There are consequences to that.
Yep. I read it and I said, this is something though, but I agree with Russian Parry one in terms of his narrative. But that's something I would have liked to hear from our opposition. A position like that he outlined, is something that, to me, that should be coming from the opposition. My opinion.
Did Mr. Parry also see Barbados, Guyana, Grenada, and St. Vincent on that list also?
You read the article?
No,
what do you mean if he also saw them? I'm not following.
If they were also on that list, because they would have sent out, support notices or something like that also. So I'm wondering if he just did not see Trinidad and Tobago, or if he did not see Barbados, if he did not see Grenada, if he did not see St. Vincent.
Well, obviously, Delcy Rodriguez has no issue with those countries because she visited them on her tour of the Caribbean recently.
No,
she
but
went to Grenada and she also went to Barbados. So
I'm trying to follow Sir Charles' logic,
what I'm saying is that, let me say, if I can say it a little clear, because he identified in the article the people who they would have acknowledged, and Trinidad and Tobago was not there. But I don't think I saw Barbados, Grenada, St. Vincent, and other persons in the Caribbean who would have also sent, solidarity messages also.
Well, his article would not have outlined everybody, What it outlined certain leaders, but what the article was pointing to is that it did not put Trinidad and Tobago at all.
Yeah, but then if it did not put Trinidad and Tobago, and why is he singling out Trinidad and Tobago and not singling out Barbados was not mentioned, Grenada was not mentioned, and that is what I'm asking Mr. Parry.
But that's a ridiculous argument, Sir Charles. Because we know Delcy Rodriguez has no problem with Barbados and Grenada, but we know she has a problem with Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
I am just
saying. So if I was close, say I gave one Zobel, is that Zobel?
you know where that blowback?
Yeah, I get one Zobel.
You see, I understand what Mr. Parry is trying to do. You understand? Because of the situation between Trinidad and Tobago and Venezuela.
But between the leaders
in this situation,
Trinidad and Tobago and Venezuela, it's between the leaders of Trinidad and Tobago and Venezuela.
Yeah, but if he's also going in that direction, he should put everybody who's on the list and not make it feel like we alone are being left out. There are other people whose names are not on that list.
We are obvious, and he's saying we are an obvious leave out because the mere idea that they mentioned Guyana.
Then Barbados is an obvious leave out also then.
Because Barbados doesn't have an issue. The two countries that have issues with Venezuela in the Caribbean region are Guyana and Trinidad and Tobago.
I think Mr. Parry is just being mischievous.
And Guyana has more of a problem in a sense because it's a territorial dispute. And what he was saying in that article is that even though Guyana has that territorial dispute, she took time out, or the Venezuelan people who wrote that article, who said the thank you, took time out to thank Guyana. Trinidad and Tobago also offered assistance. And these are the two countries that you're looking at in terms of the diplomatic relations, because these are the two countries with the major diplomatic disputes with Venezuela. Trinidad and Tobago and Guyana. You may think we don't have a dispute with them. We do, because it was...
I'm not saying that we don't have a dispute, but I just...
Barbados didn't have any dispute. Grenada didn't have any dispute. None of the other islands have any dispute with Venezuela.
Yeah, but
the two are Trinidad and Tobago and Guyana. And so he referenced Guyana. So I think that's the omission and the example that they try to do. The fact that they leave out Tuvalu, who might have offered help, or they leave out South Africa, who might have offered help, or they leave out Botswana, who might offer help, has no relevance really to the fact that Guyana and Trinidad and Tobago are the two that, and not only that, we are your closest neighbor in the Caribbean.
Well, the article says all of that, Richard. So that's why I asked it as if you read the article. But it also ends, I'll read the last paragraph alone for you. As of penning this note, there has been no acknowledgement of our note of support. Perhaps it's too early and an acknowledgement may come later today. I remain hopeful. So, and then he says at the end, Sir Charles, I hope you're listening.
Yeah, well, tell him I am listening. I need to go up an article on that. He should try to stop being so mischievous. All right, and selective.
but you know,
Richard, hold on, we'll come back and we'll deal with it on the other side.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is Net Radio News Now.
This is News Now on Net Radio and Guile TV. I am Derek McMillan. Thank you for joining us. Rescue teams are racing to save survivors after two powerful earthquakes devastated Venezuela, killing at least 164 people and injuring more than 970. The 7.2 and 7.5 magnitude quakes struck Wednesday evening, collapsing buildings, damaging the country's main airport, and causing widespread power and communications outages. The hardest hit area is La Guaira State, where authorities say dozens of buildings have collapsed and rescue operations are continuing. Schools have been closed, and some are being used as shelters. The United States, Mexico, El Salvador, and several other countries have offered assistance, while international search and rescue teams are being deployed to support recovery efforts. Regional leaders are expressing solidarity with Venezuela following the deadly earthquakes that have claimed at least 164 lives and injured nearly 1,000 people. Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar says Trinidad and Tobago stands ready to provide humanitarian assistance once Venezuelan authorities identify their most urgent needs. Public Utilities Minister Barry Patterath says discussions are already underway, with the government also engaging corporate Trinidad and Tobago to support any relief effort. Meanwhile, St. Lucia's Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre has also extended condolences, saying his country stands with the Venezuelan people as they mourn the victims and begin the recovery and rebuilding process. The Law Association of Trinidad and Tobago is questioning whether the government's ban on protests near key state institutions is constitutionally justified under the current state of emergency. In a statement, the association said, emergency powers are meant to be temporary and should not unnecessarily restrict fundamental rights. It raised concerns that the ban on protests within 500 meters of key government and judicial buildings could undermine the constitutional rights to peaceful assembly and freedom of expression. The association has called on the government to provide evidence justifying the continued state of emergency, review the protest ban, and from police to clearly identify the restricted zones. A woman charged in connection with an alleged $20 million fraudulent check scheme has been granted $6 million bail. Jackie Watson appeared before a master of the High Court, where she was also ordered to surrender her passport. The matter resumes in November. Police allege Watson was involved in the deposit of a fake $20 million government check into a commercial bank account. Investigators say more than $18 million was withdrawn before the fraud was discovered. She has been charged with obtaining money by false pretense and money laundering. Police have detained a BlackRock man as investigations continue into Wednesday's attempted theft of a First Citizens ATM in Plymouth. Investigators say 5 men stole an excavator and 2 trucks before using the heavy equipment to smash through the ATM enclosure at Supreme Plaza. However, the heist failed after the excavator stalled while the suspects were trying to load the cash machine onto a truck. The men fled empty-handed, abandoning one of the stolen vehicles. Police are continuing a manhunt for the remaining suspects. Finally, Britain's King Charles has become the first monarch to publicly disclose how much tax he pays. The annual royal accounts show the king voluntarily paid £12.9 million in income and capital gains tax for the 2024-2025 financial year, while the Prince of Wales, Prince William, paid £7.76 million. The report also confirms King Charles and Queen Camilla will continue living at Clarence House instead of moving into Buckingham Palace after renovations. Meanwhile, public funding for the royal household will rise to just under £100 million annually from 2027. And that is Net Radio News at this time.
That was News Now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio. Net Radio.
Welcome to Inside the Net on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio. Our daily insights as we count down the journey to FIFA World Cup 2026. Here is today's insight.
Every 4 years, the world pauses. For one tournament, one competition, one global celebration, the FIFA World Cup. No sporting event brings together more nations, more cultures, or more people. For 1 month, football becomes the center of attention. Cities transform, families gather, and entire nations unite behind a common dream. The World Cup creates heroes, unforgettable moments, and memories that last generations. It inspires children, rewards dedication, and reminds us why sport matters. Because beyond the goals and trophies, the World Cup is about connection, hope, pride, and possibility. As the world prepares for FIFA World Cup 2026, millions of fans are ready for another chapter, another story, and another unforgettable tournament. This has been Inside the Net, Road to FIFA World Cup 2026 Insights. Join us again for another World Cup Insight as we continue the journey to football's biggest stage.
You've been listening to Inside the Net as we count down the journey to FIFA World Cup 2026 on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Calling all you Net Radio listeners and fans. It's time to pack your cooler, gather your crews. Join us on Net Radio, Halloween Cooler Crew in red, white, and black. On board the luxurious Island Royalty, Saturday, 15th of August, boarding at 7 p.m. from Hardcuts Shagaramas. We sail at 8 p.m. sharp. Enjoy great music all night long from your favorite net DJs. Search as CJ, Mr. Flavor, Doc International, RJ, and Fluffman.
Tell you you's a big dancer. Come show
Early
them you's a
bird
big
tickets
dancer.
are just $200. After $250. Get your tickets now at Crosby in St. James, Rumba, St. James, Bobby's Bar in Kure, Bats International in Arima, K Square Fashions at C3 Center, West Mall and Eastgate Mall, and all net DJs. No glass bottles allowed. Bring your coolers, bring your crews, and let's celebrate together. Net Radio, Halloween, Hula Crew. Saturday, August the 15th, aboard the Island Royalty. For information, call 638-2609 or 497-7173. Call we on the scene.
Necessary Arts Trinidad and Tobago presents Women and Children First.
Some sisters are losing their voices.
We are losing our childhood.
Women and Children First, written and directed by Penelope Spencer.
July 5th, Little Carib Theatre, one important show.
A performance, a tribute to our women and children. Drama, comedy, a show for the whole family.
Call 752-7050 or 683-4843 for more ticket info.
Women and Children First. See you there.
What do we all want for Trinidad and Tobago? Safer communities, greater opportunities, and a better future. Join Denise Deming every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio for Common Ground TNT. Each week, respected guests tackle the issues affecting our nation, from crime and education to healthcare, the economy, and good governance. Common Ground TNT, finding solutions through conversation. Tuesdays at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio, Net Radio.
Flavor Entertainment Services, your one-stop premium entertainment service provider. We offer top-tier, best-in-class karaoke and DJ services for your private events, sports bars and lounge. Let us help make your birthday parties, weddings, anniversaries, and corporate special events memorable and special. Call us now at 462-2029. We provide more than just music. We create memories that last.
Trinidad and Tobago, get ready! Helan of the Ultimate DJ Shane invite you to the Ride of the Year, Reggae Ride 26.
I met a girl this morning. She was love at first sight.
On Saturday, June 27th, on board the Harbour Master, represent your colors with a touch of gold, green, red, and white, featuring DJ Damien, Ever Slick, DJ Junior, Gaylan, and the Ultimate DJ Shane. Boarding 11 p.m. and sailing at 12 midnight sharp. Tickets are only $250 and are available at all Agard's Nuts House locations, City Furniture stores nationwide, and online at islandetickets.com. Call or WhatsApp 333-7601 for more information and tickets. Walk with your coolers. No oversized coolers and no glass bottles allowed. The Reggae Ride 26 is proudly sponsored by Agard's Nuts House, City Furniture, Tocopia Hotel and Lounge, Cricket Lab Academy, Cafe Barista, Endura Malt, NFM, Rio's Waxing Parlor, and Langston Roach Industries. One boat, one vibe, one love. The Reggae Ride 26.
Scandal in Citrus is back in Port of Spain, and yup, we're finally at Queen's Hall for 2 nights only on Saturday the 27th of June at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday the 28th at 6:30 p.m. Tickets available at the usual outlets and online. Or you can now buy tickets on our website, rsrrproductions.com. We think you'll like it. And at the Queen's Hall box office, 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily. Scandal in Citrus, we're at Queen's Hall.
Scandal in Citrus.
Okay, everybody, welcome back. We're inside the final session here on Net Radio, the breakfast show, and we are happy to be here with you. Of course, inside of this hour, we'll continue to take your calls in a little bit. Just got some things to get out of the way. All right. So don't forget, people, our Cooler Cruise is coming up. We want you to be on board with us. Come and hang out with the all our presenters and the members of the breakfast team. Come and see all our presenters and DJs. Come and hang out. We're going to have a fantastic time. It's happening on the 15th of August. So we want you to book your spaces right now. Early bird tickets are just $200. After that, you will pay $250. So it's important that you make up your mind, organize your cruise, and tell them, hey, on the 15th of August, we going hanging with the net team, right? I'm going to drink on the Wendell cooler, right?
Carlisle, me and Carlisle going on lime on the boat.
Yeah, you know, so get your tickets.
Once he come by himself.
Nah, you know, bring people now and bring all them fellas and them to line by the savannah with him. You know, he's going to the savannah every afternoon and night. So yeah. Right, so organizing.
So Charles, did you have a show? On him Keeping It Real?
Yes, I did.
That was Sunday. Remember, if that was your show, in mid-morning, eh?
Yeah, that was in mid-morning.
That was the show when people used to call and talk for a long time, eh?
Yeah, they still talk for a long time.
Mr. Penal and them, eh? Used to be a regular on that show, eh?
Of course.
And Kingsley, eh? Miserable Kingsley, you know, I ain't see or hear from him.
Kingsley's not on TV, you know.
What?
Kingsley works for the government.
Listen, Kingsley's a TV presenter?
Yeah, it's either TV or radio. One of them, he's on one of those afternoon shows from 3 p.m.
Don't let you. You're joking, right?
Yeah, I'm telling you, Kingsley.
But I'm happy for him.
Yeah,
he was really taking care of the activists.
Yeah. You understand? He's doing the evening show. I think 3 to 6. He and who's the next person working with him? I can't remember exactly. But
Andy?
Not Andy. Andy and I think it's Benny Moy. But he's on one of those stations, government stations in the afternoon. Yeah, I think he works with Sudat. Yeah.
Who? Sudat Prasad?
Yeah.
He's still around?
Yes, he's still around.
What the jail I hearing?
Yeah.
Mikey K taking care of all the boys, man.
Yes. All right, yes. All they don't take care of all the one. You understand?
No, let me tell you something. I have on record already saying that I admire them for that, you know. To hell with everybody else, eh?
Yeah.
You understand? The people who help you and champion your cause, if you could put them in a position where they could how I should put it, make a living from it, fine, because they were doing it for free most times, or maybe for pocket change.
Yeah, for you know what I mean? And walking and supporting you. So when you're in a position to help them.
Yeah. Just know it will come to an end one day, but
you understand? So while you are in power, they can't say that they didn't reach out and help them, you know.
Instead of making me and Darian and we catch we tail in them radio station and walking away with nothing and start to take them to court and all kind of stupidness. I just get upset every time I think about it, Sir Charles.
Anyhow, let me finish telling you about the cruise. You understand? So people, so stack your coolers on August the 15th. We are going on board the Island Royalty. All right, so organize your cruise. Come on down. We're boarding at 7 p.m. We will be sailing at 8 p.m. sharp. Or don't be late. You know, it about Trinidad. It's like to be late. The boat ready to pull off. I remember I went somewhere and the boat had to come back for people and all kind of thing. No, we ain't doing that. 8 o'clock, we are sailing. You're coming down to the cove, which is we're calling Hartscott in Chagaramas. That is right down at the end in Chagaramas there. And that is where we are boarding. So you can pick up your tickets. Let me tell you where you can get those tickets because people are ordering their tickets. Which is a really good thing. And we will get your tickets to you. You can get it at Rumbox if you're in St. James, far west of St. James. Then a little further up in St. James, we have Crosby's. You can also pick up your tickets at Bobby's Bar in Kirap. And let me say good morning to the folks out there at Fats International in Arima. You can get your tickets there. Also at K Squared Fashions, they are at C3 Center. That's for the people in San Fernando and environs who are coming down. So Princess Town, you can pick up your tickets there. All right. And Brenda in Pinal and all you guys out there can pick up your tickets at C3 Center. Then at West Mall, you can get it there, and you're also at Eastgate. I don't know why I keep forgetting Eastgate. Eastgate more than Trin City. So those are where you can pick up your tickets. You can call us here. You know our numbers. Just say, hey, drop my ticket for me, and we bring in a ticket for you, right? Of course, all the presenters and DJs have tickets, so you can call, get your tickets, but just organize your crew and organize your team. Put everything in that you want to drink in the cooler. Richard is a Heineken man. Wendell drink Wendell drink all kind of things, but he's drink plenty Rude Boy. Right, so put that in the cooler.
It had to be beastly cool. It had to be beastly cool, eh?
Beastly cool. Yeah,
because Rude Boy, if it's not cold, it tastes like medicine. It tastes awful.
All right. So that's it. So put things in the cooler, we drinking everything. We're going right down till we lie down. That is the tagline. Yeah, right. We're going right down until we lie down. Right. So get yourself organized. And what we have for this drink on the board, we hang out on the pier after and drink it. Make sure I put a speaker on the pier. Don't worry. We're going to have a good time. Right. So get your tickets, and it's pre-independent, so you know your colors are red, white, and black. You can mix and match them, or you can look like the flag if you want to and come out. But yeah, it's gonna be a nice one. All right, get your tickets now, and don't wait until the end of July or the middle of July, or even think about looking for a ticket in August. Right? No, you will not get any. So get your tickets now. All right. That's why I know we fall out.
I'm reading the story, right, Sir Charles?
Wait, don't get back into the serious yet. Hold on, wait. Let me do our laugh segment, and then we'll get back into
cool.
Into the serious stuff and open back the lines to people. Let's laugh,
people. You've been drinking, sir?
I most certainly have. I've been drinking ever since this morning.
I'll see your driving license, sir, please.
It's funny you should say that. My license expired just after Christmas.
Certificate of insurance?
Oh, if you haven't got a license, there's not much point in having insurance, is there?
Would you mind blowing in this, sir, please?
We're going to have a party, are we? Makes you dizzy.
I'm placing you under arrest, sir. I must ask you to accompany me to the police station.
Off we go to the jolly old Nick, eh?
You take the squad car, Ted. I'll follow in this gentleman's car.
Right.
Now then, if you don't mind, sir, please, get in the car. I'll drive.
You're going to drive?
Oh, naturally.
What about Smithers, my chauffeur?
You mean you're not the driver of this car?
In my condition, don't be ridiculous. Drive on, Smithers.
Here, just a minute, sir. Could you give me a lift back to the station?
Get knotted.
Yep.
Oh my, English comedy, boy. English comedy.
Yes. One of the best. Some of the best.
Yeah, they have a way with the comedy. I just love them. Yeah, but that's our Let's Laugh segment. I hope that you got a little laugh this morning to lighten your frustration.
Let's see the comedy with the two Ronnies.
Two Ronnies?
Yeah, the two Ronnies. They call it two brothers. The two Ronnies.
I can't.
You should watch that one. They're very good. They are very good. They have that real Cockney accent.
Yeah. What I like about English comedy, I like to see women involved in English comedy. Something they just have a kind of way about them. Yeah. And they can be very rude, eh?
Yes.
I mean, rude as in really rude. Provocative rude, you know? Yeah. All right. So
what I wanted to raise. Sorry, Sir Charles.
Go ahead.
No, there's a story in today's papers that quotes, there's a quote, well, not quotes, but listen to this part of the story. Police sources told the newspaper, that investigators have sought legal advice on what charges, if any, should be laid against Hadid and his wife. Are they serious? Then they go to the High Court, well, the Supreme Court, to get the warrant to arrest Mr. and Mrs. Hadid. So what evidence would they have presented to the Supreme Court? So why are they asking now if they're now seeking advice on what charges to lay, if any? I'm not following this. That must be a wrong part of the story.
No, and that doesn't go back where charges are concerned. Now you have to go to what, the DPP?
Well, that's what I mean. They're now seeking legal advice on what charges to lay. That can't be real. That must not.
It's like, yeah, because remember when you go to the courts, you don't really have no hard probably, I am just assuming, maybe Anson and them will be able to help us with that. Robert, when you go to the court, you're going on probably suspicion or something like that.
But you have to give a justification for a warrant.
Right. So, I suppose it's more on suspicion because now we have to go on. I believe when they'll have this. I believe when they'll have that. So now we have to go and look. You want you to give us permission to go and look and see if Wendell really have these things. So when they look by Wendell now, according to what they find now, they have to go to the DPP to say, well, look, we went, we found this. What are the charges you feel that we should lay on this individual? Yeah.
Maybe that song very plausible what you just say. But Anson, if you're or somebody senior in the legal profession, how does it work? Is what Sir Charles explained, is that the procedure that you just go to the court? Because they went to the Supreme Court, they didn't go to a magistrate, They would have gone to one of the highest courts in the land to get a warrant. I don't know why. Somebody need to explain that too. Why was it necessary to go to the Supreme Court to get this warrant? Is it because it's the Hadid? I don't know. What was the reason for that? But what would they have to present to get a warrant? And what they mean now by they had to get legal advice on what charges to lay? Charges, anyway.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we know for sure that they go to the DPP because remember with the Samaru situation, remember it's the DPP that they had to go to tell them what charges to lay. You understand? So and that is where I am taking my lead from, because I know that they went to the DPP. And I have also read in the past where they had gone to the DPP and he sent them back to get more information and evidence.
Right. Right.
So I know the DPP seems to be the man who directs them. We have always, in recent time, we have been holding the DPP, I don't want to say in contempt, but, because of some of the decisions when they reach the court and they fall apart, we say, but the DPP couldn't see this. But maybe it's not the DPP's job to see those things, What is presented, he just goes, all right, well, you present this, go ahead and shake a charge on that, Yeah.
Well, it will be very interesting to see how they treat with this one. Very interesting, because if it coming across like harassment, that is what it's coming across like. I hope it's not.
But what I would like to find out, and maybe some legal person can also tell us also, if the police comes to search your place and gets a warrant because they believe that you may have something or you may be involved in something, if nothing is found, what is your redress at this stage then? Can I say, well, they just harassing me for no reason? Or is it that it's allowed and life goes on after that, I don't know where that is, with that part of it, how it works. So, but we can take your calls, people. 2811-315-299-5156. You can get in on the show this morning. Let's hear from you. All right, good morning, Lincoln.
Good morning, gentlemen. For a day that is our day, we're talking on our day. But anyway, I digress.
We set the tone, you know. Sometimes when you
but there's your fourth call and you cussing me. What the jail I hear, boy?
Anyway, listening to the news and for a lot of things, the maths not matching for me. And I always say there are certain crimes in Trinidad and Tobago that the criminal element need to be mindful of. Right? You can't steal, it don't make no sense to me that you steal $18 million. You are able to withdraw $18 million. Sorry, yes, you were able to withdraw $18 million. And my bail is $6 million. The way how I see it, that crime makes sense to me. And to the little youths and them who out there, they should start patterning that kind of crime. If you really want to do crime, don't be on trajectory snatching chain. It has certain crime you can do that makes sense. And as far as I see, that maths into me. If I take $18 million and my bail is $6 million, I still have $12 million somewhere stocked away. And I could invest that $12 million in backhoe, quarry, hardware, supermarket, whatever I want to do to legitimize that money. Right? But what they want to do, they make sense. You see the thief in backhoe to break in an ATM machine? That ain't making no sense to me. You understand? An ATM machine could only have about $10,000 and it takes so much. You understand?
No, Richard says about upwards of $100,000 in an ATM machine.
Yeah.
Lincoln, can I caution you? Lincoln, can I caution you that you can't be advocating what type of criminal offenses the criminal-minded should do to get away with it? That's wrong program. You cannot advocate for that on national broadcast.
What it seems like is certain crimes make sense. You see, remember some 8 people stole $10 million from the Sour. I think I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. 8 people stole $10 million from the Sour Regional Corporation, right? Yes, they were
allegedly.
But I ain't really $10 million recovered. Where they were charged.
They were charged.
But I didn't hear $10 million was recovered. So that means that 8 people still have $1 million each.
Allegedly, that before the court system in sub judice, what you trying to get us in trouble for? Cut that man off, please.
Thank you very much.
Listen. It's a good thing I own the country too. So no PDO can be served on me. It's a good thing.
Those are all sub judice things, and people are innocent until proven guilty. Lincoln knows better. Come on.
All right. Anson, I want you to hold on. Mr. Grant, go ahead.
Boy, you know, I'm holding on here, boy. I'm like it when I was holding on to my wife.
It was worth it. That's all right.
And you know, I for it, okay. You took play this morning before 7 with the doctor. But the man will work for 37 years. And then take you on holiday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I will tell people that I work 41 years in citrus. But I make sure I take a little holiday, go to New York, go to Canada, I work on his farm, I went all over the place. Then my wife, we went all kind of formers and blue, garden and pink and white, you name it, we went there. We went to all kind of Christian, we went to wedding, we went all about it. Because right now, all this thing, you know, it's only paying here, according to Wendell.
Right.
When you retire, you expire. And I love that tune. Because my master, that was to be my road match. When he posed there, you play that last year. So, when I start watching how things going, coming up with the boat ride, I'm trying to put something in place because it's a long time while they boat ride. I want to come and spend this time with you.
Okay.
Everybody have already know. What's a chance?
Yo.
I'm stepping down this ground here, they will shiver the blast thing and go wall in the street now, man. Your mama going with? Is either your ball or your big ball.
Have a good day, Mr. Grant.
All right, Mr. Grant.
Oh, God. Hudson, good morning. Thanks for holding.
No problem, gentlemen. Take care. Lincoln, treading on dangerous ground there. But so what you have asked before about warrants, right? Now, remember you have different kind of warrants. You have one for arrest, you have one to search for evidence, and so on. Now, you see that language about the same, the Supreme Court judicature issued warrants, that is just fluff. Because all warrants, and Mr. Ragubasan could back me up on that, especially since the advent of AJIPA. Now, before we start before AJIPA, is that the police would go to our JP and say, listen, we want to be leaving our stolen jewels in house X at so and so address. You just want to get a search warrant to go and get those documents or any type of evidential thing. The JP would say, okay, whatever. What AJIPA requires now is that the police must come with a statement to convince the judicial officer. And in this case, it would be a master. It could still be a JP, but for certain types of offenses, you have to go before a master who is an officer of the Supreme Court. So it's just a euphemism. But what happened in this case is I find that my former colleagues were very wordy and verbose and quite careful than they have been with other types of cases. And I understand why. But for me, it appears that the independence of the police in doing certain things is not theirs alone. This statement appears to have been crafted from Cabildo chambers and sent across to them, right? Based on what would have been said by the AG last week in Parliament and before, when he said certain things in his first utterance in the House as AG. To members across the four ways are coming for you and you and you. And then he expounded on that last week by saying whether he is 6, 7 or wherever, you will face the full gamut of the law. That's what I'm saying. It's unfortunate, but I agree with you, gentlemen, that this should have been the standard all along, all for everybody, from the smallest case, whoever it is, to the most egregious offense. But all these high-profile cases coming up and train me, gentlemen, especially the one where the lady was able to get bail for $6 million. Because think about it, the 10% down is 600,000. That means that somebody would lose 600,000 if this person doesn't appear in court. You understand? Now hear this. Everything is being domino blocks, right? Remember we had something called a show me your wealth law and so on? That was one of the laws that was vehemently opposed by the then opposition, now the government. And all those things were in a sweeter legislation like FATCA and all that kind of thing coming down the road to do what? To deter criminal activity. So it's very amusing to me now that the same people who are against that coming to tell us now that we're going after the white criminals, when there was a whole suite of legislation designed to do that they oppose. And it shows that legislative agendas it ought to carry over to administrations in mature democracies. But we don't have that here. What we have is people who just posture and talk, and then when things fall flat, they want to blame people. It shouldn't be about blame, because this is how you undermine the work of the judiciary and public's confidence in the judicial system. You understand?
Yeah. Okay. Thanks very much, Answer. Yeah.
All right. Maybe, as I say, the precedent has been set now in terms of hopefully how the TTPS would issue their communique, and let's see if they continue that. So kudos to Joanne Archie, who is head of the corporate communications department, and of course Owe Russell, who is the new PIO, who apparently said, because he's also the co-host on Beyond the Tape, And I think he had said he will not be on the tape this week. So I guess he trying to avoid somebody's opine that he trying to avoid those questions now, and that confrontation there now. You know?
What confrontation for what?
Well, whoever, remember the public is allowed to call in and ask questions on that show. And even the co-host puts him in some spots sometimes with me, you know? So maybe because of this high-profile matter, he decided, you know, that something this week, let me stay off the show. That's the opinion.
He needs a mental week.
I need one too just now, yes. I need a whole week just now.
He needs a mental week. But I get you. I mean, you know, for all of the criticism, sometimes that we would lay on the TTPS and criticism that we lay on the country in terms of wanting things to be better. Because you know me, I'm very competitive in terms of Trinidad and Tobago. And so it grinds me when we are low down in terms of stuff. But I mean, ultimately, I think most Trinidadians and Tobagonians, by far, want the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service to be successful. They want you to work. They want you to be fair. They want you to be just. They want you to operate with a certain level of professionalism, and they want you to achieve results in a constitutionally appropriate manner and reduce crime. Because as I said earlier in the week, if anything, any adverse event happens at your home, you are placing your trust in the TTPS to help you. So for all those men and women who get up every morning to go into police stations across the country, it's not that you're not valued. It's just that sometimes, you know, you will get criticisms because the country sometimes will see certain events, and you know, the bad things are always the ones that people focus on rather than the good things. Because I'm sure they do good stuff, you know, and help people out in situations in all manner of circumstances. And you have to get up every morning and go to that job and keep your morale up in terms of what you have to do in terms of service to Trinidad and Tobago. So I don't want us to lose sight of that, even though sometimes we may be critical. We still have to value the importance of the job that they do.
I think most people do, but I think over time, because of what we see happening within the police service, where sometimes the same goodness that others are trying to generate, there are others who are pulling it down at the same time too. So it's making it hard.
Well, I mean, all police institutions across the planet suffer from those rogue elements. Do we proportionately have a big amount of rogue? I don't know. But certainly we are a smaller space, so it's more visible, and we tend to be more critical, and you're under a microscope more, especially in an information age where everything can be taped and everything can be. And I think, you know, there is something about human behavior when we see something unjust happening to somebody, and our perspective is that it's unjust. You get emotionally invested in what you're watching. So whether it be somebody being, I'm just saying, whether it be somebody being given a unjust ticket, as basic as that, you become emotionally invested in what you're watching. And that's the whether you want to say the plus or the negative of social media, because everything is being filmed now. And when people get emotionally invested in something, that it's hard to disentangle that. And so the PR machinery of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service really have a tough job, because when you have these kinds of overreaches or perceived overreaches on the part of police officers and how they handle certain situations, how is our public relations department to address and rebalance a population who has become emotionally invested in what they've seen? And so they have to find a way to rebalance the message in the good that the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service does against the bad, that or perceived bad, that will come out on social media. So that's also a tough call.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm doing Obi Russell job for him today.
There's actually proud of you. But I spoke to.
I get it. I mean, yeah, go on.
No, I spoke to an officer recently. I would have interacted with a few officers recently. And one of them, a female officer, I think she's an ASP, tell me that this is the best commissioner they had, and she's been there, 26 years or so? She says she considers this the best commissioner, Mr. Guevara.
Okay. So you see that. So that's why I'm saying we may have, and that's why I'm saying perception is a hell of a thing, and a society may have a perception of how they see him. They may find he's too close. Some people may find, for example, he's too close to the government, and that there's not enough separation because a police commissioner has to be independent.
Yes.
And so some people may find that relationship a little too close. And of course, they may have concerns because the Minister of Homeland Security, who governs you, is also a former member of the force who may be your batch, who may not be your batch, but who certainly would be familiar with you. All of that taints it. And I'm just saying that the PR department needs to be aware of that, and the commissioner needs to be aware of that. So the commissioner of police, in terms of its interfacing with members of the public or interfacing with media, has to be aware and intelligently aware that, okay, how I present myself matters. And because there may be perceptions that may be totally wrong, but there may be perceptions that people have of my stewardship that I need to address, and I need to address it in the media in a particular way. And it can't be wearing badges that say Punisher doesn't help or did not help. And so you have to be aware that you're always under scrutiny because of the position that you hold. And we are also intellectually aware that the government approves your appointment because it goes through Parliament. We are not at the space where we, for example, generally elect a police commissioner from members of the public. So you feel more vetted by members of the public because they're the ones who elected you in a voting process. That's not the process that we have. We have a process where you are elected by the majority government. Whether you want to figure that that's what it is or not, that's what it is. And that's the system we have. Is that system appropriate? That's something to debate. Because you always have a connection to the government in one way. The government provides you with resources, that's two, and those financial resources are important, but you are also vetted and approved by them. So does that affect your independence or not? That's a question that's debatable. I don't know if it does or not, but all of that feeds into the institutional sanctity of institutions generally, especially independent institutions. And how do we guardrail them to be also perceived to be very independent? And so the onus is on the Commissioner of Police in terms of his media interactions particularly. How does he reinforce that? What's my demeanor to members of the public? And all of that is important. And sometimes you need to have lessons in that. You got to go to school for that. Or you have to have an advisor that is really astute to modern day communication in making sure that the image you are presenting is the one that you want to present, because it matters. The language you use matters. Otherwise, because if you're alienating, and I'm not saying that he is, but I'm saying if you're alienating members of the public, you're fighting an uphill battle. Because ultimately, they are the ones that you need. The members of the average citizen across Trinidad and Tobago is who you need to support the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service and what they're doing. So if they don't trust you, it's problematic.
Yes.
So you have to find out a way to accomplish that.
I wonder what trust is like right at this point in time.
Well, those are things that you can pool and you can get the data for that. Now, historically, TTPS has had less than 50%. Let me just put it that way: less than 50% trust and confidence, and that's because the criminal element is so vigorous. So that when you hold press conferences and you say crime is down by 9% or 10% or whatever, it does not sometimes seem real to the population when they're seeing in the media every day X happened, Y happened, or some horrific thing has happened. Not that the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service could be everywhere, but they don't feel confident in what they are seeing. And there is a way to achieve that, and you have to find out what that way is.
Yeah. Let's take a couple of calls now before we close off.
Yeah, you're trying to tell me I'm talking too much. Okay, so.
Yes.
All right.
Let's get some different calls.
Get my virtual slap. You can slap me virtually.
Calling too much. Let's get some different people calling in these last couple minutes. Oh, jeez, Lord, only let's make this work hard for me sometimes, yes? But I had a laugh. But the weather looks fine today. Folks, don't forget, there's who say passing through St. James today. Avoid the Western Main Road you'll have to avoid the Western Main Road, but avoid St. James during the hours of midday to 6 or 7. It's going to be bad. The traffic is going to, but I don't think there's any school today. I think schools in the area, St. James Tech certainly, I think they're dismissing school at 11:30 because it's going to be very bad after lunch today. It's going to be horrendous. Okay?
Okay. Well, that's where we're going to leave it for today. And of course, this week on the Breakfast Show, people. Richard, any parting words as you go into the weekend?
Of course, I have parting words, Sir Charles, but not since you're asking me there. Of course, Scandal in Cedros is on at Queen's Hall this weekend, Saturday at 8:30, Sunday at 6:30. Our final 2 shows in Port of Spain. You should not miss it. If you feel very stressed in life, somebody giving you trouble, whatever going on in your life, this is the perfect remedy to de-stress you. Trust me on that. I know for all the people who have come and seen it before and who are coming back again, because some people are waiting for us to come to Queen's Hall. We're looking forward to all of you all. We intend to have 2 fantastic shows this weekend. As I said, it's tomorrow at 8:30 and Sunday at 6:30 at Queen's Hall in St. Anne's, Port of Spain. Of course, tickets are available at the Queen's Hall box office from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. And of course, you can also get your tickets at K Squared Fashions West Mall, K Squared Fashions East Gates, K Squared Fashions in Brentwood Mall in Chagonas, Jabili Rawe in Tunapuna, Electronics in Arima. For all of you Arimians, that's where you can get your tickets. Shafler Auto Services in Shafler and Antoni's Florals in Valpark Shopping Plaza. You can also get your tickets there. You can also get your tickets online at rsrrproductions.com. That's productions plural. rsrrproductions.com. You can buy your tickets online, so you don't even have to go anywhere. You can just go on your phone or on your computer, your laptop, your desktop, and you can just go and purchase your tickets for Queen's Hall or Naparima Bowl. And of course, in South, we aren't forgetting you. Our final 2 shows in San Fernando, and next week, Saturday and Sunday, we will be in Naparima Bowl. So Queen's Hall, we are finally in Queen's Hall. I know a lot of people are waiting for us to get to Queen's Hall, so we are there this weekend. Do not miss it.
All right. So also, people, don't forget the Cooler Cruise. Don't forget to get your tickets. They are outside right now. Don't wait until the end of the month to try and do that, right? Get your tickets now and make sure you come out and support Colorway Pre-Independence Cruise.
Right. And don't forget Reggae Ride is tomorrow night. Well, P&M Fete at the Cascadia is tomorrow night, back in times. I messaged Hans yesterday. I said, Hans, what kind of advertisement for a fete is that? Dressed like your former MP? I said, I was coming out for it until you say that. I said, and you put your voice to that ad?
Just like
we had a good back and forth yesterday with that ad. Yeah, boy, come the fet now. I said, nah, I say if I had to support PNM and I had to support Gaylan, I go support Gaylan. So I'm more than likely I'm going reggae right.
Yeah. You understand? Reggae right is it?
Yeah. Folks, have a wonderful day. Remember to let go and let God. Be careful on the roads this weekend, right? And look out for the young ones. Take care.
Yeah, have a fantastic weekend, people. Whatever you do, and remember to smile and laugh. It's great for your health. We know you have a choice in what you listen and what you watch, and we are so glad that you chose us, The Breakfast Show, the #1 morning talk show in the English-speaking Caribbean. Yep, I said it. So have a fantastic weekend, people. You have been watching and listening to
The Breakfast Show! When Delman, you're sticking?
I know. Bye-bye, guys.
It's a Friday, baby! Stuck on you. Hoppa! I got this feeling down deep in my soul that I just can't lose. Doesn't know. Yes, I'm on my way. DJ Jazzy on the remix, baby! To the world. Yes, I'm on shake my your way. Hey. Your weekend starts right here, baby.
Get up, it's the time to start the day. The Breakfast Show is here. We bring in the soca way. Yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The Breakfast Show got the vibes turned on. From Maracas Bay to the Savannah.